Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Ariane was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Ariane to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Ariane torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Ariane has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifang, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagath, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Corellian and Thavagath had a very strange dream, where their mark of the deep compelled them to a strange and alien city beneath the waves. In their dream, they walked to the city, and woke up drowning, having sleepwalked from the tavern to the water. Returning to the tavern and agreeing not to speak of that again, our heroes woke the next morning and went about their daily lives. Thavagath looking for fights, Trevlon reporting to his boss, Momo following along, and Corellian going to the jeweler's to find some raw copper and silver with which to practice his artisanship. Trevlon and Momo, however, made another stop at the jail to interrogate the Rat King, after hearing at the academy that he may have been a respected alchemist once but ended up killing his wife. The Rat King explained that he did not, in fact, and was still looking for the murderer. But his wife's murder was nevertheless blamed on him, as well as all the other murders in the town where he lived many, many years ago. Faced with this moral dilemma, Trevlon opted to set the Rat King free and pay for his bail, although when Trevlon gave instructions to meet later at the Fiery Grog Tavern, the Rat King did not show. When our heroes returned to the tavern, they met with a mysterious man calling himself Old Ran, who hired them on as agents, explaining that he was a middleman for those who needed covert operations done, and explaining that the group was a good match, being all seekers of knowledge like he was. Their first mission was to travel with a Merrow priest named Kailani, who wanted them to investigate and hopefully stop the spread of a strange black tar that had been polluting the water. What will our heroes find at the Merrow City of Shimmering Lights? What is the origin of this mysterious tar? And why did they agree so readily to a mysterious old man? Is it just because he's mysterious? Because if so, wow, that is an old trope, but I'm glad it worked. Find out on tonight's episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. I am your DM, Alex, and with me, as always, is the lovely crew. We've got Walrus.
Hey, you think the Jesus T-posed for dominance?
Oh, congratulations. We're demonetized. I hope you're happy. Stream over.
Is that yes?
Stream
What have I
over,
done?
Walrus.
I see I have already destroyed us. Fantastic.
Great, awesome. We've got Scott.
Hey, you guys think that the Helix T-posed for dominance?
I
Also,
am
thank you for the
ashamed of
bits.
all of you. Thank you for the bits. We have Phil.
Slaps roof of walrus. This fucking can fit so much T-pose in it.
Okay, didn't need to do that while I was drinking. Ow.
Okay, we have Jojo.
Do you think Bigly T-post for dominance to get into Smash?
If you
Yes.
make another fucking T-pose joke, I am killing you all.
Aren't
We
you
have-
the one that started it?
We have Atlas.
Do you think the T-pose looks down on us too in shame for what we have created?
And we have gone to the peak.
And now we're in limbo.
Peak comedy, we're dead.
You've come full
All right, you take
circle.
that much damage.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Only
You know what? You know what?
I haven't even set up my safe word.
You know what?
I-
Worth it.
That's screaming.
That's
It's
the
actual
screaming.
pain. I love it.
Hey, everything is pain right now. What have we done?
I'm in physical pain!
I love it. I love this.
I don't.
Let's do it again. Let's
No.
do it again.
Let's stop. Let's stop before we create more demons than we already have wrought.
I
All right.
apologize. Thank you for the bits.
Thank you
Lots
for
of
the
bits.
bits.
For the bit.
Quick announcement about bits, by the way. I have increased the amount of bits to draw from the deck of magic things from 500 to 1,000 because the last session was almost more cards than actual plots, which got a little crazy, just a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not really like fun because this is a plot-driven game. It's not really fun to have all these cards shitting on our game.
Right? Yeah. Like we love the cards. That's why the cards are there. It's just that sometimes you want to do the actual thing that earns us the bits rather than be wacky hijinks, man.
Yeah,
And you fuckers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
this isn't a slapstick cartoon.
Yeah, that comes later. Anyway. Speaking of plot, the plot got going last episode as the group signed on to be agents of a mysterious old man calling himself Old Ran, who wanted to hire you guys on for various covert operations, basically, across Ariane. Thank you for more bits.
Thank you.
Your first assignment was to travel with a Mero by the name of Kailani, as I will pull up his picture in a second.
Where was I during all of this?
Asleep.
Sleeping.
Sleeping and also being alive at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I like both of those things.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
Ah.
Kailani. All right.
Goddamn Uprising. Goddamn. Very good.
Uprising did a good.
Did it good. You did good.
I love him. He is such a good boy.
All right. You have signed on with Kailani to travel to the Mero City of Shimmering Lights to both investigate the strange black liquid that's like polluting the waters around the city, and to try and convince the kobolds to stop producing it because apparently they're doing something off the shore that brings up a whole lot of that black liquid.
Familiar.
Hmm.
This isn't political. What are you talking about? Anyway,
what? What? What?
it is now the dawn of the day after you signed on. All 6 of you, because Kailani didn't have a room, crammed into the same room as before. I feel the need to bring this up again. That room's made to hold 2 adult-sized humans. There are 6 of you. It's cramped as hell. And
There's also 3 smalls.
3
It's fine.
smalls.
Cuddling, it's fine.
3 smalls.
Also,
3 smalls, 2 mediums, and a large.
yeah, and a
also
large.
consider that one of the smalls was waiting for a friend. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
not even-
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Another kind of big plot thing, Trevlon set the Rat King free. Like, they talked for a while, learning that the Rat King did not in fact kill his wife, or so he says. And so Trevlon set him free, paid the bail, and instructed him to meet at the Fiery Grog Tavern. He did not show up.
Uh,
Oh.
Oh.
This depresses me.
Hello,
I
darkness,
am
my old
actually very
friend.
upset.
I hope he's not hurt.
I
I
don't know
hope
what
he's
But
to
at
not
the same
hurting
time, I hope
others.
at the same time I hope he's not hurting others.
Yeah.
This is not good either way.
This
I hope
upsets
he's-
me.
You know, you're the
I
one
hope
who got
he's
directly
fine.
bit, right?
Yeah, okay, but I'm a friendly, forgiving guy who also has very, maybe he bit me directly in my memory lobe and I forgot. Like as
I'm
soon as
pretty
it
sure
happened.
he didn't pierce the skull,
I
but also
think-
you're a journalist. You're intelligent.
Actually,
Can we have Trevlon roll for bullshit?
That would be deception.
Same difference.
actually, the memory lobe is like, if I'm correct, it's that big ball on the bottom of your brain that leads to your spinal ord.
That I haven't used that in years.
He's a
Listen.
master of bullshit. Kailani, by the way, snores. So he was doing that throughout the whole night.
How bad does he snore?
Yeah.
How loud is it?
Like, it pretty loud. You mechanically, you still get a rest, but you definitely hear it.
Ugh.
Your dreams are about thunderstorms and or large cars. We don't know what a car is yet, but you dream about something called that.
Or just
Horse-drawn
a fish
carriages.
growling
And
at
horse-drawn,
you.
horse-drawn carriages.
Exactly.
Or crushing cans between his boobs.
Precisely.
Yes.
Precisely.
Or both.
All right.
Precisely.
So,
Old Spicely.
Stop.
Kailani
No.
wakes up and is like, good morning, everyone. Hope y'all had a pleasant night. So,
More or less.
we're heading out today, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Great.
Plan.
How are we gonna do it?
Mama goes over to Trevlon. Like, is he in the room or was he still downstairs?
I think I'll be still downstairs at this point.
All right.
I'm actually going to be right back.
Of course.
Momo
Take your
goes
time.
down- Momo goes downstairs to see Trevlon waiting by the door with his head down. Did he fall asleep?
No, I'm still awake, but I look
Okay.
very. I look. You know how Trevlon looks like disastrously tired after like writing an article.
Mhm.
This is like advanced disastrous. This is like this is
This-
advanced disaster. Fuck it, a word. It's bad. Yeah, he looks a combination of miserable and just double
Disappointed.
miserable. He's just not happy.
Oh. Momo walks up to him, taps him on the shoulder. I'm guessing he didn't come.
He did not. This
What?
is. Well, it either means one of two things. One, he got lost. Or two, well, three actually. Two, he intentionally didn't come for his own purposes. Or three, he has been taken by someone that we do not know. And none of these options are fun in my head.
No, this makes me very concerned and very apprehensive.
Hopefully, he listened to my advice and isn't going about thinking that the best way to destroy the his nemesis, so to speak, is by destroying it quite like rats in fire. But I don't know. In any case, I need to tell the barman if he sees him, don't be alarmed, because there's still a chance he might arrive later in the week, maybe.
I'm praying. So,
and Trevlon walks over to the innkeeper and describes the man and tells God, what am I? I've got his name, Toftir, to keep an eye out and not be too terrified if he comes in.
Don't worry. I've seen plenty of people stood up on dates here. You aren't alone, buddy.
uh,
Beautiful. Trevlon looks to Momo and goes, "So, is everybody else waking up then?"
I believe so. We're all getting ready to go to the town. What is it called again?
City of Shimmering. Was it the City of Lights?
Shimmering Lights. That's right.
City of Shimmering Lights. Yeah. Yeah, I'll come up with you. I bet I might as well just go with you now. I don't think it would be wise for me to stay and wait, even especially if there's a chance of him not coming at all.
Alright.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course, what's up?
What do you think the others are going to say about this? Because I feel like I may have caused a great. I think I may have done something wrong.
Hi, Momo's feathers start to puff up a little bit with anxiety. I don't know. I know, Corellian will not be happy whatsoever, and I do not know how Malafane is going to react. I don't even think he knows what's going on, and I am not looking forward to Thavagath's reaction.
Well, I'll just hope and pray that they don't ask me, because if they do ask, I probably will tell. I mean, let's just get this over with. Whatever the case, we'll see how it goes, and if I get punched in the mouth, that's
I will
fine.
heal you immediately.
That
and
would
if
be.
I get plucked completely, then I deserve it. Oh my god.
I'll say this: if anybody attempts to put their hand on you, I will. No, I think even no, I don't think that'll happen. Don't think that'll happen. But if it does, don't worry. It will never happen again. Don't read into what that means, because I definitely would not kill someone if they attacked you. That's fine though. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Trevlon walks up to the room where everybody else is.
Right. So good. Nice you could join us. Says,
Hi.
says
Nice to see you
Kailani.
too.
Right. We were just talking about how exactly we were going to get there, because I could swim. Pretty sure the rest of you can't.
No. No.
Not anymore.
Right, yeah. You're gonna have to check. You're gonna have to believe me, mate, when I say it was worth it.
Okay.
Well, I guess our best option would be to charter a ship or catch a ride with one that happens to be going in the same direction. I feel like I just got back on land again, too.
Right. I checked the ship's logs. It looks like all of them are kind of busy this time of the month.
Oh, how far is it overland?
Overland, do you have a map?
Yes.
Technically, we do.
Technically, you do, with my amazing drawing skills. Look at this. Look at how fucking accurate of a map this is.
Map.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Campaign Cartographer 3.
Thank you.
Best program, I think.
Thank you
This
to
is
them,
Cap-
but it's not them, so...
It's fuck. I thought I could sure it was Campaign Cartographer. Goddamn.
Nope. All right. So
Beautiful.
it's completely accurate, completely, but it's like kind of downscaled for ease of player usage. Normally this would be a lot bigger, but to get from one place to another, each of these hexes is 8 miles. And at a walking pace, you can travel 24 miles in a day before it becomes like a forced march and you get exhausted. So you are where the token says players. Let me drag you over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoop!
Yeet.
And the City of Shimmering Lights is up here.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Heck.
So by seas would probably be the best way, wouldn't it?
Out of character, it looks a lot less shimmering than I was expecting.
I bet it shimmers at nighttime.
We have very limited art assets in the map program I used.
Fair
Use your
enough.
imagination.
Fair enough.
That's about 80 miles. Holy cow.
Let's say if we walked over land, we'd probably get there in about 3 days or so.
Oh,
3 days travel isn't so bad.
Doable.
What, you lot not used to roughing it?
I don't understand. Why would the boats be out of port this time?
I mean, raid.
Roll history.
Sure. Oh wait, that's not me. Never mind.
bless you.
as I wait for the result to show up. Do-do-do.
Who's
Who's
rolling?
rolling history?
Someone was asking why are the boats out? Whoever that was, roll
That
history.
was Scott.
Oh, I was asking that in character.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
history.
So
Oh, okay, fine. Jeez, calm down.
You fool.
You fool! You don't think the boats are out because last time you went to the harbor, you saw some that were definitely in port? That's not a high enough score to understand why boats aren't available.
And last time we were in town, that whole horse fiasco happened, right?
Yep. Horse ran directly through the harbor and into the water.
Yowza.
Does anyone else want to make a history check?
I'll try. Alright, give me just a sec. to load
Probably
my
cheaper to
character.
go on land anyway.
True.
Definitely
What?
cheaper. Hoofing it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Well, except for rations and bodily harm.
Bodily harm creates character.
All right. This is one of the busiest seasons for Port Mirandu. Like the days and weeks around the big harvest festival, every boat is usually packed with either passengers or supplies, and booking passage on them costs a premium.
Pretend everything that Alex just said is everything I just said.
That's the case.
Will do.
The bird opens its mouth and the voice of God issues.
I understand everything.
His mouth just glows.
Like that one scene from Lilo and Stitch, just
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. T-pose
I just imagine-
and share the word of God.
now that's a cleric. This is what I call drag racing.
Oh, I feel
Yeah.
good. Anyway. Shut up! I feel powerful!
You know
You're
what?
powerful.
Accept it. Or own
Enjoy that
it.
feeling.
Yeah.
I own it.
You own it.
It's mine now.
All
And I
right.
roll to own it.
Roll performance.
Okay. Come on, I need this.
Please.
Come on,
Come
Momo. Oh, wait. Crap!
You rolled a 5.
You don't have advantage.
You don't own this. No.
I rolled a 16 the first time!
That was for history.
Oh.
Well,
Whoops.
Well, that just got swept under the rug. All of my dignity.
there.
Wait, what's that?
There's what?
All right. So,
Don't worry about it.
anything else you want to ask before you head off? And I'm assuming you all agree on like hoofing it, or
That's good for me.
Yeah.
Roughing it sounds good.
Traveling hasn't had a walk in a while.
all right.
Nobody has any business to finish up, do they?
None that I can think of.
No.
Not for like a week.
No.
Then it is
Fair
time.
enough.
All right. You head to the western gates out of Port Mirandu, and as they open up, the wilderness opens up before you,
Ah, I'm sorry.
and so does someone's phone.
Jojo opens her mouth once again.
That's
And from the depths comes.
So that's how Arakocras do calls.
Behold, the
beacon is
mating
lit.
call of the Arakocra.
The beacon is lit. Mirandu close parade.
Victory screech.
It's the call of Malil.
You currently stand before the Navu Plain, which is like a semi-desert area. It used to be like a flowering field, but after Dragatha invaded, most of it was burned to the ground. There's still some like brushland that grows up, but mostly it's desert until you get north.
North.
All right.
Nice ambiance.
North.
It's going to change after this music track ends. So, which way do you want to go?
Well, if we're right here, I suppose going west, young lad, would be a good option.
All
Shut
right.
up, Scott.
And
I don't know who this Scott is, but he sounds very disappointing.
That sounds like the most hideous thing a man could say ever. I personally think that this Scott person is greatly great. Also,
That's
let's
another
go.
Opinion.
Well, fuck you. Let's go northwest. Also.
All right, west and northwest.
Yeah.
Great. All right. It's around midday as you make your trek through the plains. And as you go, hold on as I pull up the random encounter tables.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Love these things. They're my favorite.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Fine
I want
vintage.
7.
Oh god.
All right. You walk along mostly uneventfully through the midday until you get to what is an otherwise empty, clear field, like no vegetation, no sources of water, nothing, except for like one crater. Thank you for the bits, Anathema. You come across a crater in the middle of this otherwise empty field, and standing by the crater is this old man, looks to be a human man, with thick white beard and white hair covering most of his face, wearing some silver and platinum robes, holding onto a long branch that has 7 canaries hanging off of it, and there's a little sack in his other hand, who sees you coming and waves at you.
Oh.
Trader, perhaps?
I'm good to approach. I'll wave back.
I
Yeah.
don't see why
I
not.
raise my entire arm and just wave.
I pick up Momo and just start waving him.
Great.
The ultimate wave.
Thank you for the bits. I just wanted to establish the scene first before we got
Was it
into
Kyle?
drawing cards, because
Oh,
we can
oh,
now
fuck.
draw 2 cards.
Oh, fuck.
Yay.
Wait,
My
who?
favorite.
Since you missed last time and missed the joy of drawing cards, let's start with you, Scott.
Oh, dear.
Yay!
Oh, okay. Gosh.
You got this.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I've seen this one before. First, we got the carnival,
Can't do that.
The carnival.
and then we've got the demon's lantern.
All right.
I like the
That
sound of
doesn't
that.
sound good.
No,
That doesn't sound fun.
No, it
That
doesn't.
sounds unfun.
That
Okay,
sounds the
so-
opposite of fun.
The carnival. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
Oh no.
1 and 5.
Ooh.
Let's go with number 4.
Number 4.
That's my boy.
That is the liar. All
Oh.
right.
Not a
How many times have I drawn this card?
Like 3.
8,000.
All right. You have another vision, Malifane, of the same demons that tormented you in your last dream. One of them, this 6-armed woman with the snake's head, turns to you, hisses, and is like, I missed you, but now you're lucky. I'm coming for you. And then you snap back to reality as a glowing orb of red light appears before you. And you hear a voice from it. Did you miss me, Half-Man? But then the cleric slams his staff with the canaries on the ground and is like, you are not welcome here. Leave. And then the snake hisses and disappears. Congratulations. The circumstances of this encounter saved you from the demon's lantern.
Oh,
Oh, God. Okay.
I do not want to know what that would have done.
You really
No.
don't. You really don't.
I'm just gonna
Excellent.
hesitantly shake it off and just question it later.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Just keep walking. Keep walking.
My apologies, says the old man, that you had to see something like that.
Does that happen often around here?
Yeah.
Apparently, the forces of chaos are strong in this land. It is all we can do to get some semblance of law and order around here.
We've been plagued by such chaos for quite a while now.
Oh
It's
dear,
ridiculous.
oh dear. Mm. Now, where are you lot off to in such a hurry, if I might ask?
We're off to the City of Shimmering Lights.
Shimmering Lights, eh? Wonderful town. Been there a couple of times myself. Has quite the view once you get there. But enough about that. I'm afraid I'm out here on a little bit of business.
What sort of business?
I'm collecting some charity for an orphanage down in Mawthorn. If you have anything you could donate, the children would much appreciate it.
Let me check how much money I have. Holy shit.
Can Travelon quickly roll an insight check just to see if this is sketchy?
Sure, roll insight.
I don't think this will be bad because this man just saved us from whatever the hell that thing would just attack Malafane, but just to be sure. Fuck it.
This man scared off a demon by shaming it. You're pretty sure, even if he's not collecting charity, it's gonna be for a good cause.
Alright.
Did I just...
Yeah, I'm just gonna wordlessly press 5 gold into his hand.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm going to wordlessly pass 10 gold into his hand.
I wordlessly passed 15!
Fuck all y'all, person 20.
I put 25!
Hey, we were supposed to wait for Scott to lose all his money again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass down 3 considering that. Actually 6, because that'll give me around 40 after that.
It's not a competition, you lot.
It isn't. Indeed, it is not.
It's just a bare knuckle fight to see who's the most tolerant person.
You shouldn't be.
Tolerant.
You shouldn't be doing good to see who can do the most. You know, sometimes good is its own reward.
Although
but-
more is more benefit. That being
Exactly.
said.
Well, when you put it like that,
I mean,
the old man chuckles. All right. Thank you all for your considerable generosity.
thank you for staving off the chaos for a
Thank you.
little bit.
Of course, of course.
Yes.
If I may ask, why aren't you doing this sort of business in Port Mirandu? I mean, it's a bit, dangerous doing it out in the wilderness like this, isn't it?
I've tried in Port Mirandu. They don't believe in charity much there.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
In any case, hopefully this amount of cash manages to get you and your children that you're trying to provide for through whatever times are ahead.
Well,
Whatever the
technically
case
they're
may
not
be.
my children, but I understand your meaning, young one. Now then, I should probably get this back to Mawthorn. This is quite a considerable sum. Yeah, go then. May the blessing of the Platinum Dragon be upon you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Safe
What do I need
travels.
What do I need to roll to know what the Platinum Dragon is?
That's a religion check.
I shall do the thing.
I mean,
Pooh.
How long have you been in the region?
I'd say about 5 years.
5 years. Okay, yeah. You've heard the Platinum Dragon before. That's another name for Bahamut.
Ooh.
Muhammad?
Bahamut.
Oh.
Not quite. There's a few differences.
Yep. All right.
one is a dragon.
He's an agent of good for dragons, yeah.
Stop metagaming.
Don't metagame.
Listen,
Get outta here.
it was
Sorry,
a simple
sorry.
misunderstanding.
Sorry.
All right.
Don't bully me like this.
It's okay.
And the old man heads south. Kailani looks after him, and as he heads out of earshot, turns to you and says, "So, you all were busy trying to donate more than anyone else? Is that
Not necessarily.
healthy?"
Can't spend money when you're dead,
Charity.
Kailani.
Whatever you say. And he just kind of like stares for a little while longer.
Everyone's duty to do what they must.
Of course,
Or what they can.
Of course. I'm just worried that it's motivated by being better than someone else.
Nah.
I
No,
mean,
we all
not
know I'm
personally.
better.
Yeah, we can all agree that Trevlon is God King around here.
I'm
probably
just gonna
shouldn't say
nope my
that.
way. I'm just gonna nope my way out of this conversation. I'm gonna walk ahead.
All
I'm
right.
gonna just. I can't listen to this.
Right, yeah, you still got a couple hours left in the day. All right. You've got one more hex you can travel before you camp down for the night.
Woo. We want to just go straight up if that's okay with everyone else.
You can't go straight up. It's hex. They're hexes.
They're hexes.
All right, then the
Go
most.
slightly left or slightly right.
Let's go right.
Northeast.
Yeah, right.
Great. You head to the right and settle down to make camp. As I rather than just describe, you make camp and then wake up. I'm gonna roll to let you know what kind of camp you find.
Great.
I'm assuming it's already
Alright.
setting, like the sun is already setting.
Yeah, sun's already setting, and you come across there is a group of travelers already set up with their wagons sitting around a fire.
Do they look imposing?
No, it's a bunch of halflings mostly.
Mind if we
Here
settle
come the
down?
people. I love the people.
Oh yeah, you're out. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello, Malcolm.
Oh, right.
I mean, Escol.
Yo.
Correct.
They're really not that difficult to mix up, Momo.
Yeah, one is Malafine and one is Escol.
Curlian will approach the travelers, and I'll ask if they mind if we stay and add to the watch.
Of course, we're happy to share, says one of them, scooting over to let you have a seat.
I also sit down and decide to keep a little watch.
Great. Because you're offering to stand guard instead of the travelers, they're more than happy to let you stay the night for free there.
Nice.
I sit down next to Trevlon because I have a feeling I know what he's keeping an eye out for.
I sit
Yeah.
right between the two. Just because I can.
Yeah, over through the night, would I be able to roll if I see any sign of Niktar, or as he is actually known, Rat King?
Sure, roll perception.
Oh boy, I'm gonna see a grand total of not.
You figure there's a pond nearby and plenty of fish that you can eat, but not a lot of firewood to keep the fire going, and definitely no sign of the Rat King.
Dang it. It's
Fuck.
okay.
Why are you
Alright.
so jumpy, Trevlon?
Jumpy? Not jumpy.
He's
Not
not jumpy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just all the
What's
business
in
back.
it?
Well, and
Oh, jeez, don't mind me. Simple curiosity.
Tavagath. Tavagath just looks slightly disappointed at Momo because that is the shittest lie I've ever heard in my
Momo
life.
is a bad liar. He's a good bean, okay?
All right.
Get off his tail feathers.
The night passes uneventfully, and you all wake up around the campsite. Kailani is busily, at length, thanking the halflings for letting you all stay the night. All right. Then he turns over to you and is like, right, I imagine by the end of the night we'll get to, much less dry ground, that's going to be nice.
Oh,
Mm.
boy.
Yeah, I can imagine for you.
Oh, definitely for me, if I'm being honest.
is it going to be that nice for us, or is it going to be a bit of a, quagmire, so to speak?
It's mostly a forest, and it looks like a pretty clear day, so I think it should be fine.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
All
As long as
right,
it doesn't get too much colder.
great.
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
The day
not comfortable
is
with
yours to move.
All right, where are we going then?
Say
Let's go.
northeast, I'd say.
Yeah,
That sounds legit.
northeast.
Northeast.
And
You spend the morning heading northeast and cross a land bridge, and as you get over, the brushland makes way for some muddier ground, supposed to be like mud, dirt, and leaves, but then you walk a little further and it gives way to sand. You have now entered the Blue Storm Coast, which is like this stretch of water and small islands on the eastern side of Ariane.
Is the wildlife here particularly dangerous?
Roll for nature.
That's probably not going to go well, but fuck it.
All right, that is a 15. A lot of the wildlife here is like deer, foxes, like a lot of stuff you'd find in a forest by water. As for what is dangerous, you're sure there's some dangerous stuff here, but it's also there have also been a couple of centaurs spotted patrolling the area, and they are known for like taking care of really dangerous threats to nature. So you think you're fine.
Okay. I make this known, so any anxieties in the group are laid to rest.
Momo's feathers just go down a little bit.
Oh,
He's never really been outside of the temple he was raised at, and other than the beer and wine festival they were at before, he's never really been traveling, if you know what I mean.
Where is your temple anyway? Is it in Ariane?
Not really. It's a bit further away. I don't really remember. I've never really been outside of it. He never really told me anywhere other than the temple and where we were going.
Did he even say which land you were from?
No, he
Or
didn't.
country.
This seems rather skeptical.
Well, how
I
long
wouldn't
were
worry
you?
about it too much. He knows what's best for me.
How long were you at sea?
Not too long. He never really let me out of the cabin we were staying in.
Hopefully it was a not too claustrophobic voyage.
Oh no, I'm used to. Never mind.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it could be for the best. Ships and their crew get a little rowdy, and especially if you're a bit of a curiosity, so to speak.
Curiosity killed many people.
That it has.
That may be true, but satisfaction has brought them back.
I mean, if I am being honest, you're a bit of an oddity. I'd expect a lot of stares and whispers once we get into town. People are going to see as some kind of good omen.
Oh, well, at least that's better than a bad omen, I guess.
Much better than a bad omen.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry. It'll be
So.
totally good.
So, what's the city like, Kailani?
Oh, it's beautiful. We made a lot of it out of crystal, so most of us Marrow usually do our business underwater, but when the time came to trade, we kind of made a town for ourselves on an island just off the coast, past a couple of land bridges. Made it out of crystal so that there's easy access to the water for us, but plenty of solid ground for any of you folk who have legs instead of flippers. Then politics-wise, it's ruled by something called the Council of Scylla. Those are the ones we're going to see to let you go investigate the offshore rig, you see.
You much of a traveler?
No. This is actually one of my first times outside the city.
Well, hopefully it is mostly uneventful.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping. Hate to run into anything nasty out here.
Well, between the
You need both.
All right.
I'm sure we could handle most anything that could cross our path.
I'm sure we could. All right.
Ooh.
And Scott briefly fell into the void.
I got better.
It happens. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. Phil stabbed me.
Who hasn't Phil stabbed at this point?
True that.
Yeah, Phil's tried to stab me, but I just looked and said, "Try it and see what happens," and he stopped.
Yeah.
That's, you know what?
Right.
That's a fair warning.
That was just one of those woo kind of moments that I decided not to take.
I take note of the City of Shimmering Lights into my journal.
All right.
Have I ever been to the City of Shimmering Lights before?
Probably not.
Hmm.
It is a fair distance, and your job never really gave you the budget to go there before.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a once in a lifetime sort of deal,
I mean,
or at least, well, in terms of like it's a rare opportunity to actually get a job at somewhere else.
yeah, it's pretty rare. Like, Journalism Guild usually sends people to one city, then back and forth. You're the first one that's been taken out of the regular beat.
Either your boss really likes you or really hates.
Either that or it's a bit of both. To be honest, it probably is. I think my boss invented a new emotion, and that is hate and also love at the same time.
Well, wouldn't that be ambivalence?
Shut up.
I thought you were the
nice,
worst.
that's very rude.
One.
I know I was being facetious. Don't worry.
I know. Just fucking
I still
with
don't
it.
understand. Why do you put up with someone like him?
Long story short, I wasn't exactly always a journalist. I used to be a not journalist with a not job. And boss changed that.
So what kind of not job did you have?
A not job, as in I didn't have any specific role in society. I just kind of did what I had to do,
Is this
like
like,
any
Revlon,
job, any
I
sort of
think-
odd job that popped up.
is this like being
Revlon,
not on
I
a
think
boat?
that's called.
Yeah, I guess.
I've not been on boats several times.
I often spend most of my life not on boats. It's when you get on the boat that you have to worry about it. Although there's a certain piece to it.
I prefer being on the boat, so to speak. Not having a specific place where you can just say, "Yep, I do things here." It can be a little bit. Well, it's sometimes not ideal.
All right, fair enough. Great. It is now close to midday. You have 2 more hexes to go before you have to make camp.
Okay.
We're thinking northeast again,
I'd say so.
Closest.
All right.
and ending with a handsome eastward.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a tasty
Delicious
plan.
east.
Sounds like good plan calendar.
All right. You head east. The sun is beginning to set, and from the south, this strange fog rolls through past your legs, and as it does, several animals are just bolting from a low area of scrub past you, like deer, a couple of birds, some foxes, and they are just like bolting north.
I do not like the look of that.
Anybody who knows the wilderness know what the hell that is?
That's either run or pick up your weapon and fight. And I don't think they're in much of a condition to be running too far.
What would I need to fucking roll to look what that is? See
Yeah,
if we're in trouble.
I was gonna say.
Nature?
Yeah. me too.
Nature, I would say roll nature, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I roll 2? Or...
Ooh.
Oh, you, as far as you can tell, it's definitely fog. You don't think it's dangerous to you, but as you look at the animals that are running past, you can see red patches on their fur and feathers. Like, not blood, just little bits of red discoloration.
That doesn't seem good.
You can roll medicine to see if you know enough about animal biology to know what the fuck.
Sure. Oh, shit, never mind.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Malifane, for whatever reason, you're very interested in animal biology, but knowing that you're also Esgal, I don't want to know why.
Oh, fuck.
You,
Well, the sun hasn't fully set yet.
not quite yet.
It's still
You-
Malifane.
You look
For now.
through your notes on animal biology, and you realize that this does not occur in nature. You think that this is some kind of specialized toxin made to affect animals with the side effect of red discoloration patches on their body.
So it's
Wait.
not natural, or it is natural?
It is not natural, but it's not dangerous to you.
This is synthetic.
Will this affect any of the teammates?
I was
no.
just about to say, will it affect birds?
No,
Does
it
it
won't.
affect small birds?
I know what you're getting at. It will not affect Momo.
So
Yes.
what you're saying here is it's okay to go through.
It would seem so.
Well, I'll
Maybe
trust
we
you.
Good enough for me.
can Find some higher ground to make camp.
I think that would probably be a wise idea, but I think if we certainly can't move much further for tonight, so let's find a hill or something and just set up shop.
Yeah.
All right. You're looking for a hill? Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. You go on top of a hill, and on there you find there are a few standing stones that you think will block the weather.
What was the wind rolling in from?
It was rolling in from the south.
Well, in that case, probably make camp in the lee of one of the stones. So have the stone between us and the south.
Great.
At least that'll keep the fire going.
You make camp up there. It looks like someone used a camp in this rough area before you, but left in a hurry.
Oh.
That's concerning.
Can
So-
I roll investigation to find anything?
Sure,
Can
yeah,
I as well?
definitely.
I'll take a shot at that.
Investigation, baby.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
Damn.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
We got the investigation brothers and their Scooby-Doo mascot, the bird, on the case.
Oh, I got away with it once, you damn kids.
All
You
right.
rhetorical bird.
What
foresight.
roll?
The ground is wet from recent rain, so it's very hard to find a trail. But you eventually do find it on the basis that, well, someone just like threw camping supplies around in a hurry, and oh my God, wow, Momo, nice. You eventually like push away some of the mud and find a trail that just runs north towards that end of the coast.
Do the tracks look like they're footprints or they're like feet prints?
It's multiple sets of footprints, boot prints mostly.
Right. Probably not any sort of marrow then. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting that they would run towards the coast, though.
The one marrow you've seen does not wear shoes, so
That's actually a good point. I look to Kailani and I ask, you ever seen anything like this before?
I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking if I've seen footprints before?
No, the fog.
The fog, can't say as I have. Kind of a new phenomenon around here. Normally it would be blowing from like the east or the north or wherever the wind would naturally go.
So,
Is there anything natural about this at all? At all?
Given what you've shared with me, I am gonna guess no.
Oh dear.
I'm concerned.
Hi. Yes.
Hi, concerned. I'm Escon.
Incredible, you're a paragon of wit.
Thank you. Thank you.
You take 4 pun damage.
Worth it.
Would
Does anyone have any water? Sorry, this pun is giving me a migraine.
There's actually
Funny bone.
plenty of food and water and wood nearby. It's wet from the rain, but yeah, you've got supplies out here.
before I dig in, Alex, is it possible? Would it be possible for Trevlon to deduce whether or not this gas is alchemical?
Roll Arcana.
Ugh.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Got this.
Shit. Okay, right. I really hope I get this. Fuck.
Maybe.
Mate. I have a suspicion of what it might be, and Travelon is not going to say it
All right.
because.
Well, who's
Trevor-
going to take first watch?
I will. I'd love to.
Great.
Yeah,
Away.
probably before it gets too dark.
Is there
I'm a
anything
night
I can
owl
help
anyway.
Is there anything I can help with?
Actually, there is, if you'd care to stay up for a little bit.
Of course.
All right.
Um,
Watches will last 3 hours each, so you'll have to choose 3 of you to stay up on watch in these shifts.
I'll volunteer. I have dark vision.
All right.
I'm also a half elf, so I don't sleep, so I can take watch at some point.
You have a trance, right?
Yes.
Cool.
as we're deciding who's going to do what at what time, Trevelyan sort of tries to get Momo's attention, as in we should probably talk a little bit quiet and secretly.
Oh, jeez.
So Trevelyan, after getting Momo's attention, sort of quietly whispers out of the ears of anybody who intends to listen, out of anybody who's intentionally or unintentionally listening, and goes, "Do you think it's possible that our friend is following us?"
Friend.
Why? Have you seen any...
Oh God, are you awake?
Stop metagaming.
Some metagaming.
Exactly.
Also, I checked.
Don't
Apparently,
exactly
it's,
sleep.
also apparently I checked. It's just elves that have a trance, not half elves.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
Better yet. Well, do we still have Glinquinol's book?
I think so. Let me check. Do I still have his book?
Yep.
All
Yes,
right,
I do.
I know you're more versed in magical stuff than I am. Can I trust you to look through it and see if there's any sort of potion that can create, or any sort of alchemical recipe that Glinquinol made that can create this gas?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to take watch and make sure that we don't get our faces stomped in the night. You do that.
Good.
Right. Shall I roll perception to make sure we don't get our faces stomped on in the night?
Sure.
And can
Okay.
I roll perception? What do I have to roll to make sure I don't get caught reading the book?
Sleight of hand.
Okay. Fuck, I'm gonna suck.
All right. Anyone want to contest that?
Sure.
Sure,
I
what do I need
was
to do?
Perception.
Actually, no, that was
Perception?
flat out asleep. I'm like,
And here
Yeah.
we go.
Oh, fuck.
You definitely see Momo grabbing the book and leafing through it.
Listen, Momo is a pure bean. He's not good at sneak.
What do we have here, Birdbrain?
Momo quickly closes the book. Nothing.
Listen,
And I
I know
prefer if
nothing
you
when I
didn't call
see
me
it, and that
Birdbrain.
is not nothing. Well, what would you like to be called? I take requests.
Momo. That's my name.
Nah, don't like that one.
Well,
Anyways,
it's
tell me what you're reading at least.
it's nothing. It's something my mentor gave me.
Can I roll to call bullshit?
For interplayer interactions, you can believe or disbelieve lies as you choose. It's with NPCs that I need deception and
Fair
insight
enough.
rolls.
Fair enough. Well, if that's the case, would you mind telling me exactly what it is that you're reading from Master?
It's just a storybook that he used to read me.
Ooh, I do like stories. Tell me, tell me.
It's personal.
Oh, there's no such thing as personal with Escal.
Well, there is with Momo.
Come on,
Nice.
tell me. You know you want to.
I really don't.
Well, suit yourself. Anyways, we'll go back to sleep. You have a good night, Birdbrain.
All right.
You too, Skull.
Devlon's shift passes without incident. It is now Corellian's shift.
All right.
Also, what did I miss whilst I was BRB?
Skull was trying to get
yeah.
info out of me,
Fun.
but I didn't let it happen because I'm a good bird.
Just know that he is forever curious of you.
Damn it.
Damn it.
He's always forever curious about everything.
Well,
Damn right.
Listen.
I guess I'll take my post at the standing stone and look out towards the south, since that is where
Alright.
what I was most suspicious of.
You
I don't like those rolling sounds.
you take a look out through the south. Looks all
Do I have
quiet.
to roll to see if I find anything related to this gas?
Sure. Roll intelligence to make sense of the notes.
Okay. Ooh, I've got that. Do I have to roll with advantage because I got that plus 19 thing?
No advantage. It's just set your intelligence to 19.
Nice.
Nice!
But is that a constant thing now?
That's a constant thing now, until you take it off.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yes!
Alright, natural 20.
Bird brains now, Escal!
You understand completely. You understand completely all the recipes for alchemical fire, tanglefoot bags, thunderstones, a bunch of different alchemical items, and if you had the ingredients, you're pretty sure now you can make a try at building them. You understand the recipes so well. That being said, there is nothing in here that resembles make a fog that makes animals turn red like bloody, but not actually bloody.
Darn.
I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but
All right.
okay.
At least we know it's not our guy's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's the follow. I'm pretty sure.
That's the follow noise. All right.
yeah.
Thanks for the follow, my sweet dude.
you.
Follow, more like yes. I was gonna try and rhyme,
Thanks.
didn't work. Yes, thank you.
Excellent.
Yes. All right. It is now the end of Corellian's shift. It passes without incident. It is now Esgal's shift.
I'll go nudge him awake with my foot and curl up next to the fire.
Was that?
Nudge
was that-
him up violently, kick him in the side.
I'm not kicking him in the side. I'm not the
Please?
one who has a problem with him.
Come in the
I was
face.
asleep for
Probably
that. I'm not
rude. He's
metagaming.
rude.
Well, maybe you should be rude back. He'd like you better.
No, I'm not rude.
It's our turn for watch. Go on.
I'm the better bird.
Thank you, Dragon Boy. Ooh, never noticed this before, but see, appears to be a ring in my pocket. I think I'll put it on. Why not?
All right.
And I put on the ring of screaming.
You put on the ring of alertness. Anytime anything you consider hostile is within 50 feet of you, the ring will helpfully alert you to it by saying, "Hey! Watch out!"
You know, that's actually not the worst thing to have when you're keeping watch, all things considered.
I
wakes
can't believe you
everyone up.
actually found a use for it. Also, as you put it on, the ring is very clingy. You can't take it off without a remove curse.
Christ.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I adore the fact you used the word clingy instead of just attached. I love that.
I love you. Also, watch out.
And be shot.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
This is
that
going to be a
impressive.
permanent relationship!
There's no escape.
Only ring.
Alright.
Just ring.
The night passes without incident. And you wake up. Actually, you all wake up to the sound of hoofbeats, and you look down the hill, and there is a flawless white mare trotting unattended down the road along the beach.
Flawless.
Flawless. Like, it is the most beautiful fucking horse you've ever seen. Like, pure white skin, pure white mane. Like, if slow motion cameras were a thing, there would be one focused on this horse.
Pure white
Who's the
eyes.
most beautiful horse I've ever
I
seen?
would like to activate my divine sense. Just
I want to go
out of
touch
curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
It does that.
All right.
I want to
Divine sense. You will know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you. You attune yourself to the divine nature of the world, and you definitely can tell that is a celestial horse.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
can I
what does
touch
that
it?
mean?
What does it mean?
That means maybe be nice to it.
I want to throw. Do horses like pumpkin seed? Because I have an abundance of those.
Fine!
You can
We
share.
we can share.
I call touching the horse first, though.
All right.
I mean, you could try.
I'm touching
I don't
the
know.
horse
I don't know
first.
if it'd like you, but
I'm touching the horse first.
All right. You head down towards the horse. By the time
Firmly
you
grasp it.
By the time you catch up to the horse, you're on a beach with some very oddly shaped pumice stones, like 20-foot
Pumice.
spherical
Oh, wait, pumice.
pumice stones, about 90 or so in total, rolled down to the beach, and the horse is just kind of trotting between them.
Whoa.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, Kailani has just been staring wide-eyed and open-mouthed the whole time, by the way.
Oh. Do I have to roll to touch it?
Roll animal handling.
Oh my god. Please be better than the wolf.
Yes, please.
God damn it.
All right.
Oh god, I heard that.
You approach the horse, Momo, right as what you're pretty sure is an intentional leg kicks up sand directly into your face before you can get too close. All right. Malifane, you approach the horse and do not get sand in your face.
Huzzah.
I'm angry.
All right.
I did not get to touch the horse.
Tavern, you
Angry.
approach, but then you see
Angry.
Momo get sand in his face and get a little angry, so you approach the horse more firmly and get a leg right into your thigh. Getting kicked by a horse hurts, so you're just kind of like kneeling down, grasping your thigh, going,
You know, I fucking called that the moment you started that fucking sentence. And I'm still angry.
Oh, I love it.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Oh, whoa.
I don't take
Wow.
any damage from it
Ouch.
anyway.
You don't take any
Owie.
damage from that because it wasn't in the balls.
If it was ball damage, then we'd know.
Mhm.
That would also mean that life.
Would I be able to what would the roll be to draw this thing?
Roll with your calligraphy tools, because it's a moving subject and you want to make sure you don't, like, mess up with the proportions.
Alright.
Don't mess up the horse.
Yeah.
You'd never realized before how hard horses are to draw.
Oh, they're fucking nightmares. They're like spindly, freaky dogs with giant faces and hooves.
Oh, they're not that hard.
as the owner of a spindly, freaky dog, I object.
Holy shit.
I mean, I guess I'm just bad at drawing horses then.
Yep.
That's my life.
It looks kind of like a bear, cat, wolf.
You're an excellent writer, though.
I mean, fair enough. I'm not exactly able to capture divine radiance. I'm not exactly that sort of artist, but still,
Wait
thought I
a
could
minute,
capture its
hold on.
essence.
Hold on a second. Real quick, Eleanor, the lime. I don't know how to say it. They said, is it like unicorns? You need to be a virgin to touch it. Because in that case, that means Momo was not a virgin.
Uh-oh.
And that makes me angry.
Don't let chat dictate
Oh,
your character choices.
Don't
Yeah,
let
not
chat
gonna
dictate your
happen.
character choices.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Sorry,
Oh, that
guys.
sounds hilarious.
So, what do we do with it? Mr.
I mean,
Yeah.
I personally just, like, look at it, admire the beauty, and not get kicked by it. That's just me, says
I mean,
Kailani.
yeah, I'm with that.
You know, I'll just take this as a good omen and then move on.
We're getting a lot of good omens these days. All right. You now have 3 hexes to move.
Who wants to be our guiding hand?
Well, I guess just like straight east would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while.
Straight east. All right.
As opposed to the flamboyant east.
You You pass by a narrow passage between some like rough hills, and oh my god,
Holy fuck! Thank you for the bits.
Oh.
10,000 bits!
That's a lot of bits.
That's a lot of bits. That is.
That's gonna make me read, alright? I'm gonna read.
You know what? Before we get to this encounter, everyone draw 2 cards.
Everyone?
Everyone! Yeah, insert the Gary Oldman, everyone here.
Everyone draw what?
2 cards.
I'm frightened, and I don't know how to feel.
I'm full of fear and also appreciation, but mostly fear.
Everyone's. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Oh
god.
god. Oh boy.
Alright.
Alright.
Let me see what I got. Okay, it doesn't look that bad. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it does.
Oh wait,
Oh, no,
my
no.
cards just disappeared.
Oh no, what you have to do, you click deal, and then deal 2 cards to yourself, so they don't fucking vanish.
How do I do that?
Draw link instead of just clicking on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right. How do we want to go about? How we want to go about showing these?
Left,
Yeah.
left to right.
Left to right, alright. It's walrus
I'll
time.
begin. All right. Firstly, I got this thing. I don't know what this thing is.
Oh no!
The unicorn!
Oh, no.
Good timing.
Does not apply, because none of you are injured.
Oh, thank God!
Yeah.
Okay, that could have been bad, but I'm glad it's okay. Meanwhile,
Do we get to know what it means though?
The unicorn means the chat gets to pick 1 injured party member, and then I randomly choose who gets to lose hit points in exchange for them being healed to full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
Alright. This one is the joke. Alright. You're going to have to tell me a joke, and then based on how
Alright.
funny I find it, not the audience, I will give you
Okay.
gold.
I once attended a wedding between 2 radios. The actual ceremony wasn't much, but the reception was incredible.
You had to roll for it.
Oh my god.
You get 2 gold.
Hey!
Yay!
I didn't lose.
Okay.
2 gold, I will
Lose
accept.
gold.
Alright. Now, Corellian.
I got the same cards as Walrus. Should I just
Really?
draw 2 more?
Really?
Draw 2
Exact
more.
same card.
The exact same cards.
What are the
That
chances?
should not happen. That should not
Ran
happen.
out of cards in deck before drawing all cards.
Oh no.
Is the message I just got.
That is also supposed to be incorrect.
I'm sorry.
Damn it, that was your
Alice,
incorrect.
What did you do?
I don't know.
All right, try again.
Hey.
B.
I've got a gun.
All right.
Woo.
Oh, it's the courtesan.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Your next rest will have no effect because someone's
my
going to
God.
see you in your dreams.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
And
Oh,
then it's
no.
the mountain man.
Oh my god!
It's my favorite man.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck! Why you?
Yeah.
Mountain man, take me by the hand and then eat all of my shit.
All right. You hear a crash as a dwarf falls from the sky, tumbles on the road ahead of you, and then leaps back up. Which one are you doing the card?
Are you alright?
Can we all just point to Corellian?
All right, you all
No,
point to Corellian.
I loan up to it. I raise my hand. Oi, are you
Everyone
alright?
points.
Fucking high five me, bro!
Fuck
You high five the mountain man, and it is incredible.
yeah.
You gain inspiration for your amazing high five.
Oh my god!
All right, okay.
Perfect.
I love it.
Okay, before you leave, what the hell? Who are you? What is your name? I need to know
Where
this.
did you come from?
Where did I come from? But where do I go? Where do I come from, Cotton Eye
What's your name,
Joe?
Cotton Eye Joe?
And the dwarf memes his way out of there.
How does
I
one
love it.
meme their way out? Do they just phase through the ground?
I don't want to bring back
Yeah.
T-posing, but
They pull a Gary's mod and just clip through the floor.
no clip out of there.
No clip T-posing.
Yeah, that's how you
No
do it.
meta T-posing.
No meta
Now-
T-posing.
If I may say, what a lad.
What
Yes.
a lad. What an
I start to
absolute
warm up to
unit.
him.
You know, I agree.
I love him.
Absolute unit.
Mm.
I'm
All
starting
right.
to warm up to him.
You
Bless his
know
heart.
what? I agree with that.
Thavagath.
Yippee. Okay, so
The desert. All right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The desert. All right. Thavagath, you get hungry and reach in your pack for a quick
Wait a
ration
minute.
for a midday snack. All your food and water is gone.
I see that second
Does
card.
that mean his pumpkin seeds are gone too?
His pumpkin seeds are gone.
I see. Yes.
The other
Oh.
one is
And there it is.
There it is. All right.
There he is.
Yeah, Thavagath, you feel as if you fully recovered from the terrible incident in which people duded in your ear during the fight against the page golem, and you feel as if you can leave a good life with all of that behind you. And
Hey,
then
can you guys hear something?
you hear it.
There it is.
There he be.
yep, I voluntarily take 55 damage. Just fucking kill me.
My respects to you being fucking dead.
I love this.
Oh,
Yep, here it is. It's the fucking trumpet.
I have so much anger.
All right, this is going to be playing until it loops, in which case I'll find another piece of music. All right. Malafane.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm crying.
All right.
This is your fault, shit gun.
All right. Oh, nice. The crows and the traveler.
Oh, Traveler.
The wanderer, actually. Never mind. They're close enough. Yeah. I think both of these are new for the purposes of Decamany things.
Ooh.
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 All right. The crows, your item will immediately and temporarily get a minor magical benefit. In this case, it glows blue when the undead are near.
Ooh.
It'll fade once you get to the city, though. As for the wanderer, that is an immediate friendly or neutral random encounter. We'll resolve that in a second. All
I'm
right.
sorry, which item did you say gets the magic? whatever?
Your weapon.
All right.
All right. So, Momo.
I hope I roll something to get like these trumpets.
I actually got a good card. Holy shit.
Come on. Okay. I got this one and this one.
All right.
Bouncing along to the trumpet at this point.
Momo, once again, you find yourself covered in a brass plate of armor, and you temporarily gain 4 AC, which will fade once you get to the city.
Bird tank.
Bird tank!
Bird tank.
He's just like he's got his arms out like that the little brother from A Christmas Story where
Yes.
he's covered in
Yes.
and he can't put his arms down.
All right, and then we have the Lost. I've been looking forward to this one. All right, you draw a
Thank
card
you so much.
and immediately fade from the world. And
Wait.
then the world around you is
just Momo, or
just Momo. The world around you is foggy, and then you hear a voice. Hi, everybody! Welcome to Discord Murder Party!
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
God,
Oh, sweet Jesus.
oh, so much anger.
How that goes, I have no idea. But, but 6 seconds later, in the world of Dungeons and Douchebags, Momo reappears down to 1 hit point.
oh,
Are you okay?
what just happened?
I don't know what.
Okay, at this point, Thav just kind of like skids down onto his knees and cradles Momo like as desperately and closely as he possibly can.
I'm actually shaking. Oh my god.
Please tell me that as you're doing that, the trumpet is still tooting in your ear.
The trumpet is still tooting in his ear.
No.
So tears are running down his face for 2 reasons now.
Momo was like crying. He's like just shaking because he's so like freaking traumatized.
That was just like instinctively trying to fish pumpkin seeds out of his pocket to no avail and just crying even more.
They just sobbed together.
All right. As for the Wanderer, let's resolve what exactly happens there. All the dice fell to the floor.
Excellent.
Yep.
I love it.
Excellent.
You hear a very frustrated DM pick up dice and roll again.
God?
Father?
God, are you okay?
Is this God?
No. Is
Is
this
this the end?
God? Holds up Butterfly.
Sorry if I clicked the microphone. I have never been this happy in so long.
Momo,
All right.
What is a microphone?
You
Don't worry about it.
you head down the road, and then you hear a tiny and you look around, and there's a bear cub that's caught its foot under a root beside the road.
We just fix this immediately.
All right,
Agreed.
you walk over to fix this immediately, and you see the mother bear looking very distressed at the plight of its cub, going.
I vote we eat the bears.
No.
No.
You cannot eat the bears.
God, no.
God damn it. Okay. Let's free the little babies.
Alright. How are we going to go about this?
Well, we need one of... What? Give me a minute. I need to think about this.
There's trapped
I mean-
under some roots,
I
right?
might have
Its leg is caught on a root. Yes.
We'll just break the root. Rip it. Like,
I
grab it
mean,
with two hands.
we could try and gently maneuver the leg out as well. If it got trapped going in one way, we could probably
I have an idea of how to get close to it without the mother bear killing us.
Oh, yeah.
Can I cast Disguise Self?
I think disguise self only works for humanoid forms.
Shit! You can make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different. That's...
Look,
Okay,
you know
I have
what?
a question.
It's hilarious enough that I want you to try.
Sir
Meanwhile, I
Barrington,
have a
is that
question as
you?
well. Does
All right.
the root technically count as a trap?
No. Because it wasn't designed to trap people. Also, thank you for
All
the
right.
spicy subscription.
Spicy subscription.
Bless.
It's very spicy.
All right. Do I have
Oh
to
my
roll?
God.
Do I have to roll performance to be a bear?
Roll performance to be a bear.
Bear incoming.
Please give him advantage.
All right. I can't believe I have to roll insight for a bear.
Excellent.
Let me check to see what the bear's wisdom score is.
Oh my god.
Dear.
I love this.
The bear does not believe you are a bear.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Now
it
we're-
sees you
Hey,
approaching.
look at me. I'm a bear. Meh. That didn't work. Okay.
Yeah, the
Hold
mama
on,
bear
hold on.
sees you approaching its vulnerable child and gets up on its hind legs and roars at you.
Retreat. Retreat.
Stop it! Stop
from
it!
bear.
Stop it! No, let me handle this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. You take
Go
care of
ahead.
the bear. I'll see if I can. Yeah, while it's distracted, I'll see.
I'm
if I
gonna
can
cast command actually.
Command the bear.
Command the babe.
All right.
And I say, calm.
Okay. What is the DC the bear has to pass to? What is it? What does it have to roll?
Wisdom save versus 13.
Okay. It drops to all fours and goes. It still looks peeved because it's a mama bear, but it's not going to eat your face.
I
Move
want to
slowly.
I want to use one of my daggers and try to cut the root.
All right, roll sleight of
I don't
hand
like
to make
that.
the mama bear not see you draw a knife on her baby.
Oh, didn't think this through.
Maybe try maneuvering its foot out first.
Good call. Good call. How would I go about that? Animal handling, athletics.
Animal handling to make sure that the bear is okay with it, and then sleight of hand to maneuver the foot out of the root.
All right. Animal handling.
The bear cub sees you approaching and goes,
Oh gosh.
and the mama bear turns to you and goes,
I can't hold it for long.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna
going
get you
to
out of
get
here.
my gun.
I'm gonna get you out of here. I hate you, but I love you.
Thanks, Phil.
You just kind of, you try to work under pressure, but end up just like shoving your hand onto the bear cub, who cries in distress. And the mama bear cub rears up on its hind legs again, goes, "Oh!" and swings at you.
Guys.
Is there anything I could do to like interfere and stop this? What do I have to roll?
It already rolled a natural 20 for its attack.
No freaking way.
Fuck.
You just get whacked upside
I
the
didn't-
head.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You
How much
get
damage
whacked
is that?
upside the head by the bear. You take 9 slashing damage.
Oof.
Dang. How tall is this bear, by the way?
A bear on its hind legs, they're only like 8 to
Yeah.
10 feet tall, I think.
Yeah.
Bears are fucking big.
Okay.
Bears are big.
They're
Kind of
no
hoping
big
that was
boys.
bigger, but fuck. Okay.
You are not bigger than a bear.
You are only
Bear.
7'7". You are not bear.
I've never heard the word only be followed by 7'7".
Mm-hmm.
See.
Bear.
So, diplomacy has failed. What do we say? I tried to intimidate.
Don't. That's a bad idea.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
Yeah. Did anyone else see stars?
It's a
I
bear.
just-
I'm a Goliath.
Cool.
Can I roll to?
I'm gonna take a nap
Can I roll
for a
to do
moment.
something
Yeah.
helpful?
All right.
What do you want to try and do?
I want to stop the bear from attacking Malafane again.
I heard you say I want to stab the bear, and I got really concerned.
Yeah.
No!
I
Stab the bear with a sacrificial dagger, okay.
No!
No!
all right. I have a solution. Trevlon takes out the pipes of haunting,
Okay.
and for the last time, he doots it at the bear's direction. I think this is the last time I'm allowed, because this thing only has 3 charges.
It refreshes every night.
Oh!
Yeah.
Is that a
I
monk?
doot at the bear.
You doot at the bear. Fool! Dr. Doom toots as he pleases. Toot. All right. The mama bear hears the toot and backs away from you, going. The baby bear is also frightened and is trying to back away from you.
I quickly sort of jog in and try and
Yeah, I'll
unhitch
help
the
him.
bear. Get everyone in here. We are going
All right.
to fix this bear.
Okay,
Shall you
Trevlon,
use
since
the-
Corellian's helping, roll sleight of hand with advantage to get the bear out.
Can I
Bear. Well, I've already got advantage at this point. I don't know if I can get any more help. But here we go.
Please do better than me.
What the fuck?
You,
Let me help.
all right, you kind of poke the bear. All right, Corellian, now it's your turn to roll with advantage, thanks to Momo helping.
Excellent.
3 people are struggling with a tree branch.
This
I
is our
can't-
boss battle.
I can't believe this is your hardest battle against a branch with a bear.
Okay, you know what?
All right, no,
You know what,
Momo,
sneaky
you do it with
fail.
my assistance.
Okay, Momo, now you roll with advantage to bring the bear.
We are going to free bear.
Wait, who rolls
Free
now?
the bear.
Oh, you
now?
almost.
You with advantage, Momo.
Okay.
Do
Don't
it.
yell at
want this
me.
to fail.
Oh,
Okay, you
you
know what? Fuck
gently
it. Everyone
caress
stop.
the bear.
Everyone fucking stop.
gently
Momo, get on my
caress the
shoulders.
fucking bear.
Momo, get the fuck on my shoulders. I'm just gonna tear it in half.
We don't really have that much time.
The bear, that is, not the branch.
Get on
No.
his shoulders.
No, why
Then
are you
grab
trying
the
to
branch.
tear a bear cub in half?
No!
I quit.
Can't be trapped if it's dead. No.
No!
I grab each side of the branch, and using my big muscles, I do the thing. Boop. Wait, no, it's with advantage. So boop again.
You grab the branch and like snap it in two, and the bear cub bolts after its mom.
Oh, the poor baby.
Wasn't. Huh. So brute force
Remember this being-
actually worked.
I remember this being my plan from the beginning, you fucking scrubs.
Yeah.
Can I just choose to like fall unconscious asleep for a moment?
Sure, yeah.
That was fun. Have a good night, everybody.
Kailani looks at all of you and is like, if you're having an off day, we could just rest here rather than
Hey,
press on.
how about this? We were trying to do something good. I came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling so attacked right now.
No, I appreciate that. It's just that you're being attacked by bears and you're having trouble with the branch, and I thought maybe you're having a bad day or something.
We
I'm having a
didn't.
terrible day. I
we
just got
never-
sent to another freaking dimension, and now I'm almost dead, and I'm going to be so much death. There was so much blood, and I don't know what to do. I just.
Medic!
Oh yeah, you're okay. Scratch that. Let's fix him.
All right, okay. All right, Kailani.
Wait, how long until a long rest?
You can
Just take a
long
short
rest
rest.
right now and say that you're just going to rest for the night there.
Yeah.
But first, Kailani looks over your injuries and is like, I could probably fix this.
You
As-
can't fix trauma.
I can do my best. All right.
I mean, we can talk about it.
I gotta say, it's-
I've lost my faith in any sort of.
All right. He rests his wet, flippery hands upon you and starts chanting, and immediately you feel some life go back into your wounds, and you are healed. Oh wow, that's fucking terrible, Kailani. You are
He's
healed
doing
for-
his best.
He's doing
Am I
his
dead
best.
now?
Everyone's having a good day. You're healed by 10 points.
Excellent.
That still heals me to full health.
You're not. Momo is.
Oh, okay.
Momo's at 1 HP. You can just suffer
Oh,
for a while.
You're
and
right.
then
I
tell me-
forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll walk over to Mal and I'll offer him a claw up and I'll use lay on hands for 10 hit points.
Yeah, good idea.
All right.
I gotta say, Mal, that was a pretty grisly injury.
You're funny.
4 pun damage.
Oh, my brain!
Oof, ow. My bones.
Oof, ow, my bones.
Not so funny when the shoe's on the other foot.
You know,
All right,
no.
you're barefoot. Barefoot.
and then I
funny.
remember there was another encounter I had planned before the Wanderer added the bear.
Great.
All right.
Gimme.
Delicious.
As you argue and start yelling about who's having a bad day, you see several, like, wooden planks float by on the river, but, like, not ordinary wooden planks. They're standing upright in, like, a cross formation. And there are also, like, ajar wooden boxes, small boats with dragon heads on them, just kind of floating by along the river. Kailani
I'm
looks
sorry,
at
did you say dragon heads?
dragon heads, yes. The boats with, like, dragon head figureheads.
Oh, goddamn it, that's what you meant.
Momo just looks at it and starts crying.
All right. Kailani looks at it and says, on second thought, maybe we better camp further ahead.
Why's that?
Because I do not want to deal with the drowned dead today.
Pardon.
What?
Oh, you didn't know? There's been a little bit of an issue in the area recently. Bunch of undead coming up from the water. Hence we call them drowned dead.
Taking a rest sounds good. Let's do that.
Yeah, moving along is probably for the better.
Right?
I think
okay.
we're all
Yes,
We're all
please.
fairly traumatized, so you know what? No more fun would be nice tonight. I think we just want a good batch of boring sleep, or at the very or at the very least, boring nightmares where the only thing I have to worry about is like I don't know, taxes. I prefer taxes to bears.
Momo tries to crawl inside of Thavagath's pumpkin pouch.
Yeah. And as you crawl there, you find all the pumpkin seed is gone, Momo.
Like a muffled sobbing.
All right.
My fucking heart.
I'm assuming you want to head east.
Nah, let's change it up. Let's go west.
No, shut up. That would go us directly into the ocean.
East, please.
Yeah, east.
All right.
And keeping an eye out for undead.
You head east. Like it's an awkward journey with a lot of crying and occasional yelling at each other. And as you do, Kailani's just kind of like he can't really hide in the corner, but he is doing his best, even though he's just walking along open fields.
You can hide in the corner. Look, he's there. Right, that dot right there.
Thavagath is just being like really grumpy because he wanted to fight the thingies.
Yep. All right. You continue along your way, and I check to see if there's a random encounter. There's not.
Good.
Your part of the passage is safe.
Good.
I don't remember if you've moved 1 square today or just. Sorry, I don't remember if you moved 2 squares today or just 3.
I think we did all 3.
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. You settle down, trying to look for a place to camp for the night. You're mostly on like beach land because you're getting close to like islands and land bridges on this side of the coast. When you see the waves normally like reaching the shore, just kind of stop at one particular point midway through. And as you keep looking at that area, the waves get bigger and roll over what looks to be like an invisible wall and revealing it like painted emptiness, spreading and spreading until a wave just washes over the whole thing and this dry turquoise dome appears on the coast with a little crawlway leading inside.
That looks fun.
What exactly are we looking at here?
I believe that's called a dome, sir.
Momo pokes his head out, and he's got like bags under his eyes, and they're bloodshot from crying. And he's just like rubs his eyes and looks at it.
Thavagath, you're pretty sure the invisible thing that's now visible might be magic.
I have a feeling this is magic.
Can I roll Arcana?
Yeah, sure. You know what? You've had a long day. You're just ready to assume it's just magic and be done with it.
Is this one of the crystal buildings your people build, Kailani?
No, it's not. Those aren't invisible. I've heard a couple of stories about this when I was a kid. Like, this little place shows up along the coast, never in the same place twice. Works as a shelter for weary travelers, which he looks over at you. We definitely count.
Dibs.
Momo jumps out of the couch and runs inside.
All right.
Like, pushing past Malifane or whoever just said.
Yeah. You push and shove into the dome, and it is dry and completely waterproof in there with enough room for all 6 of you.
Excellent. Momo curls up in the corner.
All right.
And pats for Thavagath to sit next to him.
Before we go in, what kind of terrain are we at right now?
You are on the coast.
On the coast.
So, like, it's sand beneath you.
Sand. Okay, never mind then.
Now that I get a better look at all of you, you all look like shit.
Yeah, take a look at yourself recently.
What are you?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, a a lot of
exactly
people
happened?
can't bear the sight of you. Somewhere you hear a god take 1 pun damage.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
You're gonna kill him!
Oof.
Oh,
Ow.
forgot.
My puns.
And thank you for 5,000 bits!
Robot's death noise.
That's going to be 1 card for each of you, but we'll resolve it upon the next day. Let's check to make sure nothing happens during the night.
Thank you for the bits.
Thank you for the bits. You are very well covered in there. The night passes uneventfully. And then dawn breaks, and as you wake up, the dome slowly starts fading and flaking away, crumbling, and then it's completely gone, and you are on the shore with waves lapping at your back.
You know what? Be that guy.
From the cold water.
I truly hate to be that guy, but that was his... Oh, Corellian's courtesan card?
Yes, the courtesan also happened, though, so,
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, Corellian has a restless night, constantly hearing the waves lapping outside, so he wakes during the night, and tending to the campfire you've set up is a young elf woman who, for those of you who remember, Corellian also saw in the academy during the last time he drew the courtesan.
Cool.
How are you doing?
She looks over at you and smiles. Well, hello to you too, sleepyhead.
You know me. I always like to sleep in, I guess.
Right, of course.
I'll just sit down next to her and kind of lean on her.
You lean on her and phase right through her. She turns to you and smiles and is like, you'd better get some rest. After all, it is a bad habit, but one I could never break. And she fades away.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
How much of that do we see and hear?
None of it.
My
Do any of us notice Corellian talking to themselves?
If you were on watch and you wanted to hear, maybe.
I kind of. Fuck it. I'll say I'm on watch. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm fine with saying I'm on watch. But let's make plot happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
More like subplot, but whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Fucking it is important either way.
It is the
Fuck it.
player's character arc. It is fucking important.
It's goddamn important as shit. So, okay. Trevelyan's on watch, and here's Corellian speaking. Would it be reasonable to say he doesn't really hear the specifics?
Yes.
But would it be reasonable to also say that he gets the impression that Corellian is not having a good time?
Oh yeah, definitely. Corellian seems like a lot sadder than usual, a lot less gruff and saying feck at things.
Trevelyan takes a small break from being paranoid out on watch and walks over to Corellian and sits down and says, "You seem really tired."
Wow, that is very astute of you. Thanks. Do I really look that shitty?
No, I'm just.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
No, sorry. I was short with you. It's my fault. Yeah, I'm fine. Just have trouble sleeping sometimes.
Nightmares?
I wish.
You were chatting, either in your sleep or whatever it was, but I heard you talking. If you don't mind me asking, who was that you were talking to, either in your dream or whatever? I won't judge.
I wasn't talking to anyone. Just sometimes you ever talk over old conversations in your head? You know, go back and think about what you should have said or what you will say in the future, shit like that.
Every day I'm doing an article.
Yeah, let's just say it's something like that, yeah? What's your family like, Trevor?
This is it, I suppose I'll say. And Trevlon, you notice, looks visibly a little bit uncomfortable on that question. And he sort of rubs the back of his neck and goes, A while ago, I wasn't always a journalist. You might have picked this up. But I was odd jobs. I wasn't exactly raised on high society, so to speak. I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. I had someone I had to make sure was okay. Someone who taught me a lot about writing and reading. And I thought I could do something to help them. And it turned out to be the biggest mistake I ever made. And after that happened, I didn't have a family anymore. So, if you need to, don't apologize. That's exactly what I was going to say. If you need someone to talk to about whatever you're feeling or whoever you're thinking about, just know I understand.
Yeah. I just kind of like lean over and like bump shoulders with him. Thanks. Same goes for you.
I appreciate it.
I know I'm a gruff asshole, but you know.
Entirety of my life I have dealt and lived with gruff assholes. Gotta admit, you are up there in terms of the ones that are better.
Shucks, you're making me blush over here.
In any case, try and get as much sleep as you can. If there's one thing that being an absolute sleepless wreck in some cases has taught me, sleep is underrated. Take it when you can. I stand.
Have I ever told you that I love you guys?
I stand. Trevlon stands, pats Corellian on the back, and says, "Sleep well, and sleep dreamlessly." You can understand my meaning.
No, I didn't order brandy, for fuck's sake.
Thanks, Trevor. I'll sleep as best I can. And I'll
Question. You go first. You go first.
Yeah, I'll just kind of scoot my bedroll a little closer to the fire and curl up there.
All right.
You guys are so.
Oh, I miss chicken.
And Trevlon, serenaded by the sounds of beautiful snoring, gets back to watch.
All right. The rest of the night is uneventful.
All right.
Excellent.
All right. You awaken, as I said earlier, to the lapping of waves on your back as the dome has crumbled away into nothing.
Oh, that was a nice respite from not shelter.
Right. Some pretty good news. City of Shimmering Lights, right there. Kailani points down the horizon. We can probably make it by mid-morning.
Right.
Aren't we
Okay.
all supposed to draw a card or something?
I was just
Yes.
about to say.
And as he's talking about how amazing it's going to be, you all feel the urge to draw cards.
Where are these coming from?
Life is pain. Life is pain. I'm going to put my head inside a bin. All right. Here we go.
Let's go reverse direction. Momo.
Oh, fuck. I already went first. Shit.
It's fine. Don't worry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. You have the sickness.
Get down with the sickness.
All right.
Down with the sickness.
Ah, dang it. It looks like it's relapsing and you're now reinfected with were-rat lycanthropy.
No! Does fate just want me to become Ratman?
Fucking relapse.
Maybe
I
you'll
love
be
it.
able to commune with the Rat King better.
I mean, you're aware of this and can communicate it. So, like,
Question: how do you get that sickness from dice and leeks?
You know what?
It's fine,
You mix the
don't
two
worry
together
about
in a
it.
stew. It's a pretty dicey recipe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. Trevelyan
You know,
immediately.
I'll take your word for it.
Trevelyan, immediately feeling peckish for cheese and also crawling into a small hole for a little bit, says, so that thing I got a while ago when I got bit in the head happened again. I feel it happening.
That
How close?
is.
Wait, what?
what?
Wait, you mean the thing that we got rid of?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you gotta
come
be
here.
kidding
Let
me.
me try and fix it.
All right.
Well, I hope you manage it because how long is it until the next full moon?
8 days.
Uh,
Yeah, let's not show up on our gracious host's doorstep. As such, I will burn the rest of my lay on hands to attempt to cure
All right. It's
poor
still,
Tremlon.
it's still in the early stages, so as quickly as it turned up, the were-rat sickness goes away.
I'm gonna have to keep on giving you treatments for this.
It really depends. At some point, I'm just going to consider whether or not the fates just want me to become a monster. And at some point, I'm just going to go, fair enough. Maybe I'll become like some sort of crime-fighting rat man, and then take the world by storm.
I feel like there's a story about that somewhere.
Probably.
I'm sure there is.
All right.
Probably not the
I could make a comic series about that.
Did you say you wanted to go in reverse order, or are we still going left to right?
What do you guys want to do?
I do not care.
I shall go. Let's mix it up. Go right in the middle.
All right.
Oh, I was just about to say.
The eclipse. All right. Bavagath. You wake up, stretch, you're ready for a bright, new, exciting day, and then a 20-foot sphere of darkness encircles you, so you and anyone who is in that radius is now blind, can't see anything.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Was
I guess it's
Bavagath
night.
and Momo sleeping right next to each other?
You know what? Sure. Let's attract the shippers and say yes.
Wait.
Please no.
When you put it that way, you just make it worse.
Everything hurts.
Now
Everything's
hold
pain.
on a second. That is not what I intended.
Nothing
Okay.
is what you
What have
intend.
I done?
Everything is
Okay.
pain.
Bavagath adopts the mentality of some kind of creature and just goes,
No.
oh, it's night now.
Whatever the fuck that is. But I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be around right now.
All
Bavagath
right.
is flat out once again.
Oh, I see. It's
And as
great.
Kailani's talking about how awesome I almost said the shitty.
How awesome their city is.
How awesome the city is. He turns and sees the sphere of darkness and is like, oh, where'd y'all go? You can,
Magic.
People who have dark vision.
this
What
is
about
magical.
those of us who have dark vision?
It's magical darkness. Dark vision cannot penetrate it.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Just walk in any direction.
Hello?
Sort of
Where'd all of
follow
you
there.
buffoons go?
You just kind of.
Although, on second hand, if you're Asgol, you could stay in there.
All right.
Yeah, Trevlon moves forward and
just kind
sees
of-
if
No,
he can
actually, you got a
escape.
point.
Walk
I
in a
could
random
get used to
direction, kind of like bumping against each other occasionally, but eventually you move out of the sphere and can see perfectly. You look back. It's just a sphere of magical darkness right there.
Momo just walks forward. Doesn't care.
All right. You bump directly into Thavagath, but then both of you get out of the sphere.
Yeah.
Well, let's. That was a thing.
I don't know
Certainly
why
was.
we're even bothered to
Why
be
does
surprised
this keep
anymore.
happening to us?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it. Nothing you can say will
What
make me not worry
was
about
that?
it.
Think of it like this, Momo. Don't bother worrying about things you can't control. It'll drive
Momo.
you crazy.
Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
All right.
Here, Momo. Draw a
You don't
card.
know anything
Here.
about you don't know anything about worrying a skull.
You are
I'm
so worried,
out of
Momo,
the-
that you
we're
end up
out of the-
revealing a card.
Oh yeah.
Also, we're out of the circle of darkness, so
God.
ask
All right.
Oh, that's
anymore.
good.
A
follow.
tornado with a face on it. That's gotta be phenomenal.
The cyclone. All right. You angrily
It looks
flap your
perfect.
wings, Momo, and you're like, "Oh my God, this is the worst! Of course I'm going to worry about this. How much
Oh.
worse could it get?" And then you hear, boom, as this tornado just runs through, spraying sand everywhere. It's all up in your eyes, and slams into you, sending you flying up into the air and then crashing back down headfirst, buried in sand.
Oh.
Just
He
rush
just
over.
stops
Are you?
moving.
Oh my god, are you all right?
He stops moving.
Just like
And
dig
then all you
Momo
hear
out.
is muffled sobbing.
Momo used whirlwind. It hurt itself in recoil damage.
God damn it.
Someone
Oh,
want
yeah.
to check his pulse?
We use strength to just grab his little chicken leg and yank it out of the floor.
Chicken leg.
He pops out easily, and like sand falls off from all over his body.
Momo's just crying violently.
I just like shake him like a beach towel, trying to get the dust off him.
All right. So that happened. That definitely happened. And for the cyclone, that was about as good a result as
God,
you could
yeah.
get.
Good.
All right.
Keep it that way.
We've got 2 more cards.
I got the
Whoa.
twin.
All right. You got the twin. Could you drag it out, please?
I did.
I'm not seeing it.
Neither am I.
I'm not seeing it either. I think you need to drag it better.
Refresh
Wait, no,
roll
I think-
20s.
Oh, your connection interrupted. Anything you do right now,
Oh,
there we
will
go, there we
attempt
go.
To send when you.
It's okay, I just stole
Get
it.
good.
I didn't
Alright.
realize that was a thing I could do. I
The
just stole his
twin.
fucking card.
All right. You start thinking, all right, everything is fine. Then you hear another boom, and another
fine.
cyclone runs past,
Oh my god!
slamming into you, flinging you up in the air and burying you in the sand.
I'm not getting him out.
Why?
Casually stroll
Also,
over.
what
and
is
dig
that?
him out.
What the twin does is just copy the last card.
It duplicates whatever I think is funniest.
Alex,
Beautiful.
Yes?
I retract one of my pun points from your gallery.
All right. Then we've got 1 more card.
Anyone got a number on that hurricane tornado
The
thing?
big sky.
The
Oh no.
All right.
Ooh.
You hear
all of this is sky
and
related.
a majestic eagle starts descending towards you.
Oh yes.
Oh shit!
But then you hear a boom, and a cyclone comes in and just swings the eagle far away.
I think we're gonna have to wait until we can collect on any messages, Momo.
I did not see this in the weather today.
General
You can see the
advice.
weather. You can predict the weather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me check it right now. He holds up a hand, and then, like, a glowing yellow orb appears in his hand. See, he said it was going to be sunny.
That is fascinating.
Well, I'm going to tell you this much: if you're hanging out with us and deciding to stick with us as a group, guaranteed, next thing you know, cats and dogs are going to fall from the sky.
That sounds
like
like
Or,
Or,
a
you
you know, dwarves.
Dwarves. Yes, actually, that'll happen. That happened. That happened.
I was there.
saw it happen.
I was there.
Yeah.
Twice,
That's
I always
actually.
So, I personally don't want to be caught by a cyclone. You mind if we head for the city?
Good call.
I like this plan.
Okay.
All right. You head northeast.
Yes, please.
And after being covered in sand and very, very weary, you approach the City of Shimmering Lights. Immediately, you are struck by the fantastic architecture. Everything there is covered in, like, blue, turquoise, green crystal. and like most of the buildings there are floating on the water. As I will first switch over the music track. Roll up. And like walking along the pathways are several marrow, like legged marrow, not with like fishtails. But as you look to the sides, you can see several of them diving over, under, around the various pathways, swimming through the water gracefully. And you have now arrived at the City of Shimmering Lights.
Oh, new screen! Look at it, it's beautiful, and the background makes me want to have a big clap. Oh, it's great. Applause.
Applause for Uprising.
Uprising attorney did this?
Mm-hmm. Uprising did this, and it is a good job.
Hey, I didn't realize that Uprising Attorney was actually going to become a new president of everything and all, because...
Well, I mean, she has a law background, so...
True.
Can we all just take a moment to applaud Uprising of her fantastic work?
Yes. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's good.
It's a yes from me.
It's good.
So Kailani turns to you and says, "So, how'd you like it?"
This is very nice.
It's
Great. I knew you would.
It's beautiful.
It's like...
Thank you for the bits.
Bits! It's like...
The bits!
It's like opulence, except no lord rules it or commanded it to be so. It's just... something about this place makes me feel happy.
I don't feel traumatized anymore.
Well, you know what? I'll take that as an instant win.
I mean, I guess that counts.
What is the history behind this place? The structures, everything about it. It's. Well, you live here. Tell me about it.
Well, a lot of this is made for convenience. A lot of the cities we had underwater were also crystalline, because that was one of the only materials that wouldn't, fade away and be eroded when waves came in. And we figured same general structure should work above ground. It looks like it did. A lot of people find it very pretty.
How long ago did the city come to be?
We've been in Ariane for a pretty long time. Like, since civilized races first started showing up, we were among the first people there.
So I'd assume that this place is pretty old.
Pretty old, I would say, yeah. Did a lot of renovation since Dragotha attacked, but like the city itself, rather than all the buildings, it's pretty old.
How are the crystals shaped? It's all magic, I presume.
A lot of it is magic. Some of us go in there and carve it by hand. It's a lot easier to do when you put them underwater first and then lift them up. Water helps keep them suspended so you can get to the parts that are a couple dozen feet in the air. And he points up to one of the buildings.
How long did it
Takes a good while. I mean, not sure what I would compare it to, because I haven't built any human buildings recently.
Well, you did I'd say fine, good job, because this is incredible! He starts, like, happily flapping his wings and just puffing up with excitement.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Gotta say, I've been living in Port Miranda for basically the majority of my life. This is a nice change.
I'm so glad you guys forced me to get out of here.
Well, when you put it like that.
Okay, to business. You said that there is a pool of nastiness around here. Take us there.
Right. Come along then. Try not to make eye contact just yet. People are gonna stare, but if you stare back, they might take it as aggression.
Do people of our stature usually not come to the City of Shimmering Lights?
A lot of land dwellers usually don't stay here for very long. Most of the city is off limits because they can't swim, is the thing.
I see.
Not to be crass or anything, but should I expect any trouble, Kailani, being,
Methinks that's yes.
Excellent. I will let you lot do the talking. And should worst come to worst, roll with it.
All right.
If anybody tries any stuff with you, we'll be on their case.
It's fine. Don't make a scene. I can handle it. I can handle a few nasty words and a few punches, alright? Just don't make a scene.
It's better than trying to hide it. If we try to do that, it's going to make things worse.
Momo crawls underneath Thavagat's fur cloth and like hides.
All right.
You
like that.
are auspicious, Momo. You're good, you're rare, you're wonderful, you're fine. Don't worry about you. It's just it'll work out.
I'm the opposite of a sea dweller.
That doesn't
Nobody's
necessarily...
gonna push you off into the water.
Exactly.
Not intentionally, anyways.
Out of character, what if they push him into the water and he just floats like a duck?
I mean,
Oh my god, that picture of the floating pigeon.
floating
Do you know,
pigeon.
I know you're in the stream. I want you to draw a rubber ducky
I'm
Momo.
counting on you. I'm counting on you.
I believe in you.
You've already done so much for us, and now your time has come again. You were basically like some waiting knight that does shit post genius
Yes.
when called to action.
I'm counting on you, man.
Yes.
We believe in you.
We
I believe you and love you.
All right.
Anyways.
Kailani leads you down what is best described as the streets of Port Norandu, which are made of basically crystal and glass-like substances. Definitely not stone or mortar. Like, this is all made to float on the water, but it's not wood, so this is the best material they got. As you walk along, you pass by several groups of Marrow who stop and stare at you. They're murmuring things to other Marrow under their breath. Most of their gazes seem to be fixated on Momo, Corellian, and Kailani.
Can I overhear any of it? Like, even though I'm looking down or anything?
Roll perception.
Got
Can
it.
I roll to hear anything they're saying too?
Roll perception.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna do this as
Right.
well, since I'm in the neighborhood.
All right.
I'm a perceptive type of guy.
Okay. All of you pass. A lot of the word is like about Momo. You're consistently an Aarakocra and an Ariane. I've never seen an Aarakocra and Ariane. Not in a whale's age. Do you think he's here to save us? Do you think it's a sign from the elementals? And then about Corellian, they're like, what's a kobold doing on shore? You think one of them got lost? Is he trying to get back? I'm certainly not carrying him over. And then about Kailani. So Kailani actually got back with people. Thinks he's honestly going to get some help. That's going to be the day. Thavagat, you just kind of like busily flexing and don't hear any of this.
This seems legit.
This seems fine. And you also pick up on some assorted chatter because you rolled high enough. Like just general rumors in town. All right. The first rumor you hear is, the old mill burned down last night. Did you hear all of that commotion? And then you don't really get much of that before you move on. Then you also hear, they say, the room upstairs at the faraway Seagull, it's haunted. Owner's wife died there or something like that. And then the last rumor that you hear before you move on, they say there's a vampire still lurking in the crypts beneath Scary's Deep. Remind me, never to go swimming around there.
Ooh.
All right. And those are the general things you overhear, because you are very good at overhearing things, as you head down to what is best described as the docks of the City of Shimmering Lights, because they've got, like, what could best be described as boats. They're floating tubs, basically, made of some crystal, but also covered in, like, sheets of metal and wood to help it keep buoyant. Enough to barely fit 5 people in there. If the 5 people, of course, being you because you're small. Or normal-sized people, basically.
Convenient.
And as you pass by some of those boats, you look down into the water, and in what is otherwise the crystal clear water that let you see several marrow swimming below and through like various crystal pathways and tunnels, it's stained black. A lot of it is like stained black, pushed in waves back and forth along the docks.
Ugh. Nasty.
There you go.
pretty
That's
sight.
what we're looking for.
Juno,
So-
you beautiful man. I'm sorry. He did it.
You did it.
He made a gift.
We'll share that later.
We have such sights to show you. Every single thing that Juno has made, we will present.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hmm.
Anyways,
All right.
Right.
So,
Well, I'll dip a claw into the water and I guess examine it closer. I didn't get a better look at the stuff in the vials.
you
I take it the council has been made aware of this.
oh, the council's well aware. And then as you dip a claw towards the water, a passing marrow looks at you, Corelli, and is like, "Oi, get your hand away from there!"
I draw my hand back. Just
Shit'll stick right on you. Besides, you folk have done enough damage.
Hey now.
I
What?
said, take it easy. Don't be making a fuss about me. It'll just lead to more trouble for all of you.
Okay,
No,
let's.
we don't need any confrontation. It's
Yeah,
all right.
let's leave things be.
Ooh.
Ooh, what's this?
I will shit. Right. Does Trevlon have any sort of vial of some sort?
Do you?
I don't know. Let me see. Collector for surprise. Let's see what is in my diplomats pack. Includes chests, master scrolls, set of clothes, bottle of ink pen, lamp, cask of oil, sheet of paper, vial of perfume, sealing wax, soap.
I
nothing.
think you used your flask of oil, so if you kept the
Yeah.
flask, it would be empty.
Ah, excellent. I shall timidly, making sure that my hand doesn't touch the goop, take a scoop.
Roll sleight of
Take
hand,
a scoop
because
of the goop.
it's a couple feet down, so you'd have to like reach over to get at the goop. Roll sleight of hand.
This is the spin-off of the Disney critically acclaimed show Goof Troop. Goop Scoop.
No.
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
You do it like it ain't no thing. You'd like barely even look, and already you've got like the goop in the flask.
Dexterous as fuck.
It's all those
Wait a minute.
leaves still in your inkwell.
With a natural 20, he clears out all the goop. Problems are solved. It's all in the vial.
Natural 23.
Natural 23, no.
I have a suspicious feeling, but does this scoop look familiar in any sense?
It
Yeah.
definitely will be.
Yep. All
Can I
right.
check it to see if I know what it is?
Sure. Yeah.
For
Alright,
context, Scott, as we were last time whilst you weren't here, whilst we were discussing the this mission and the reason we're here, we basically immediately came to the conclusion that this was the black goop we saw near. Oh, where was it in Port Miranda?
The citizens' jail.
Yeah, it was near. This is the same black goop near there.
What do I
Wait,
have
I'm
to
sorry.
roll to see if I
Repeat.
know
I
what it is?
glitched out. Repeat that.
So basically, whilst
It's the same black goop that.
that was next to the citizens' jail in Port Miranda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the same stuff as what was covered on the sacrificial dagger.
No.
No.
Alright.
Okay, thank fuck.
Can I still? What do I have to roll to see if I know it?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Yes, will do. Perception.
Looking at the black goop in the flask that used to have oil, it looks pretty similar to when the flask had straight up oil in it.
Wonder if you can light a lantern with that.
That's a very good question.
It
I
looks
don't mind
Trevlon-
ruining a lantern.
yeah.
Trevlon-
Navagath, it looks like black goop.
Trevlon, hearing Corellian's suggestion, takes it quite literally and takes out his lantern, has a little sigh of prayer, and puts some of the black goop inside of the lantern's oil slot.
All right.
Oh.
And it attempts to light it.
It lights up.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, this will explain immediately what this is. This is oil. Definitely oil.
Oil, huh? Well, that's one
Well,
of...
it's at least it's this sort of oil. Maybe it's a sort of special magical oil that's super sticky, but whatever it is, it's a source of power, which would explain why the kobolds are digging it and why the council is okay with it. This stuff will be valuable.
How far off is the? How far off are they digging?
Roll
Adrenaline.
perception.
More perception.
All right.
Why am I rolling with a +0?
What even is that? Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know.
+0, therefore it's 0.
Yeah.
That's dividing by 0 or timesing by 0.
I know what I said.
I know what you said as well.
All right. Corellian and Malifane, you look out across the dock, and you see this massive floating hunk of metal and pipes that occasionally emits clouds of steam and dust from it, floating on the water, good 6,000 yards out.
Well,
I'd say the giant smoke cloud in the background would be a good indicator.
that's where all the other members of the Tinkers Guild got poached. The kobold ones, at least. Interesting. And, nah, come back to me. I need to ruminate on that a bit.
All right. Well, as you can see, that is the Iron Isle rig. That is where the kobolds spend most of their time digging for oil, for gems, all sorts of shit. And that is where, hopefully, you'll be able to get to once the council gives its approval.
So
What
do we
is
need to
the
get...
council like?
Oh, they're plenty nice. I'm sure we'll have no problems there.
Well,
That
I
being
shall take your
said,
word for it.
our meeting is tomorrow midday, so you've got about a day and a half to do whatever you want in the city before you're called on.
Oh,
Day and a half.
is there anything you would is there any place or anything you would recommend that we do while we're here?
Well, I mean, I'm personally a sucker for the Great Library, because I work there. All sorts of religious texts and studies about gods in Ariane and beyond.
Oh, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Sounds wonderful.
Not to be... Do you know if anybody from the Journalist Guild is around here? It'd be nice to see a friendly face who
Journalist
isn't one of
Guild?
these guys. No offense.
I know
Some taken.
I know a couple people saying they were from the guild turned up about a month or so ago. I left before I left a couple days ago, so I'm not sure where they would be now.
Well, any inns around here that you would recommend then?
Inns? There are a couple of inns around here. Sorry, let me check what that roll was. By popular demand. Yes, that is a feature you have as a gladiator, where you can get a certain inn for free if you perform for the masses. It's free for that one day, though, I think, is the way it's written.
Is it per fight, or just... Is it only one day, full stop?
Per fight.
Okay, sweet.
Great. Let's see, as for inns, there are a couple in town. There is the Quick Princess, there's the Faraway Seagull, the Waiting Fiddler... Oh, wait. You probably don't want to go to the Waiting Fiddler.
Why?
You can't swim.
Well, that makes things complicated.
Yeah, that... I don't imagine you would like sleeping in a waterbed when it's underwater.
Not a fan.
I'll just float.
And then there is the Sleepy Helm, if that's the sort of thing you're interested in.
Sleepy Helm?
The Sleepy Helm, yeah.
I'm rather curious to investigate the faraway seagull myself.
The Faraway Seagull sounds like a sort of journalisty, sort of artsy name. I'll take a look there as well.
I think I overheard Samaro talking about this, but I think I overheard a rumor about something in there being haunted in one of the rooms.
Ooh, that'd make a nice story if I managed to get something written today.
Haunted by what?
Who can
Well,
say?
what usually does hauntings, Momo?
I don't know. Multiple things.
I
Old
thought you
man
were a
Jenkins.
cleric. You
I
know,
wasn't really taught
ghosts,
about,
spirits.
I wasn't really taught about that kind of stuff. It would corrupt me.
It's fine. I always turned out to be an old man in a mask anyway.
Ghosts,
man,
spirits,
with
the
us.
IRS.
All right. Point me in the direction of the nearest fighting ring.
Oh, right, you're a
But
fighter,
imagine I
fighter.
said that in...
Excellent. We've actually got a wrestler who stays in town. You know who the Red Cold River is?
Yes, I do.
Ah, excellent. He's kind of hard to miss. I think he stays around, well, you know, in the inn that has the waterbeds underwater, the Waitin' Fiddler. Might be out and about by this time of day, though.
Would you have any idea where?
Might have gone to the fish market. That would be, oh gosh, let me see if I remember the name. That would be over at Deep Blue. You'll recognize it by the smell.
Relatable. In that case, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I was gonna make his way over there.
Kailani, actually, quick question before we split. Of course. Were you sent to find people by the council, or how did that all come about?
I was not sent by the council.
Were you sent by yourself?
Yes.
Just curious.
Right. But, good to talk.
Excuse me. Would you mind taking me to the library?
Oh, of course. Right this way, little fella.
Thank you.
I follow suit.
Great. All right. So we've got Davagath heading for Deep Blue, and we've got Momo and Malafane heading for the library. Anyone else want to go anywhere, or are you just like looking around, seeing what the hell's in the city?
Who isn't going somewhere?
You
I was
and
gonna
Corellian.
Yeah, I was gonna stick with you because I thought you were gonna go try and find journalist people.
I guess if Malafane's heading to the Seagull, you're heading to the Seagull, aren't you?
I was going to take a quick trip to the library, and then I was going to head to the Seagull, yes.
Well, I shall head to the Helm then and see what I can find there.
I'll just stick with you.
All right.
So we can meet up afterwards.
Okay. So, I'm going to go with Thavagath first, because that was the first decision I heard.
That's fair. And since I'm out of character, I am going to use the restroom quickly.
Okay.
BRB.
Okay, so, you head towards Deep Blue, Thavagath, and just as Kailani said, you instantly recognize it by the smell of fish. It is a pretty old building. It's not made out of crystal like most of these. It's like floating on a wooden platform made out of wood, and it's got like a couple of hanging spheres with little holes cut in them that you imagine are there to try and make it smell better, but definitely not working. And just has a painted sign saying Deep Blue outside in the shape of a fish.
Good to be back. Okay. Where is it? Investigation to see if I can find him, or?
Yeah, roll investigation to see if you can find the Red Cold River.
Apparently, fucking can't.
You head inside the store, and you see, like, rows and rows of fish. There are a couple of humans there who are, like, tending to the stocking and selling of fish, but also a whole bunch of marrow, like, really big, muscular marrow, who are standing there around in uniform, kind of, like, barking orders at the humans. You don't see the particular muscular marrow you're looking for, though. A woman behind a counter at the back turns to you and is like, "Welcome to Deep Blue. How can I be of service?"
Yes, have you seen a big lad called Red? Red Cold River.
Before you finish, she just points to the big lads who are right behind you.
Okay, fair play. I'll walk over to them and ask them instead.
All right. One of them looks and is like, "I think I'm a big lad. Do you think I'm not a big enough lad for him?" "Oh, you're a plenty big enough lad, mate." "She says I'm a big lad."
She says you're a big lad. I was after a particular big lad.
Right. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for someday, buddy. Everyone gets a happy relationship in time.
I see.
I appreciate this. Thank you.
All right. In the meantime, he just kind of shoves a catalog into your hands. Buy something.
Noted. Okay, okay, second option. Where is the fighting ring? Or the fighting area?
You don't know.
I don't? Oh, shit. Okay, fucking... I don't want any of this. Okay, I'll ask the big lads if they know where the fighting area is.
Fighting ring? Do we have one of those? I think we have one of those. We don't really use it for fighting. A lot of the fighting Red does is out in the water, and this guy can't swim. But, I guess if he's looking for something, as I stall for time looking for the map. Inspector Gadget, what's he doing in my stream?
Don't know.
All right.
Inspector Gadget is a big lad.
Yeah. That would be kind of over by the dungeons, I think. We repurposed it into a fighting ring for when the heavyweight division got in. We don't do a whole lot of fighting here, though. No, mostly it's like swimming up to people and spearing them.
Okay. Is there an option to just, wander around passively trying to hear anything about, and if anyone has heard about where this boy is, for a couple hours?
Sure, yeah, roll investigation.
Son of a bitch.
You are very bad at this.
That's why you have an agent.
You wouldn't think it would be very hard to find a huge hulking marrow, but it turns out you're in a city full of huge fucking fishmen. So you just keep asking, "Are you red?" "No." "Are you red?" "No." This goes on for a couple of hours.
He just screams in anger. "Does anybody want to fight?"
No.
Yeah, they stare and walk away.
I'm just walking past with Momo and I just shout, "No!"
No. Yeah.
Hold up a hand against their face.
You're shouting this right in front of the big religious library. Does anyone want to fight? Right as Momo and Malafane arrive. Perfect transition.
As a bard, I think I can give you a pretty good answer here, Tav. No.
So, what kind of text? Hold on. What kind of text are you looking for? Momo?
What?
Text? What book? What scroll? What?
Mostly, well, he thinks for a moment. I don't really know, actually. I'm just gonna see what I can find and see what something I find interesting. Going to see if I can find something interesting. Pardon.
All right.
Hey, Miss. You know what, Jack? That's great. That's awesome.
Perfect. You head into the library, and it's made up of a series of little domes that extend 3 stories into the air, and are partially like sunken below the water, so like there's a bottom floor and then 3 floors you can go to without having to dive in there. And there are a bunch of like Marrow in robes and like other scholarly vestments who are just kind of milling around, sitting down at tables, reading through some books. It's a big library, is what I'm saying. And Kailani turns to you and is like, well, it's a big library. Try not to get lost.
Well,
Yeah, thank you.
I'm pretty sure I won't get lost. If anyone needs to find me, they'll just look for... Well, he, like, moves his hands up and down himself. Me.
All right. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll be working. I'll come check on you in a few hours.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
All right. He heads off to a lower floor.
Nice guy he is.
Momo just, like, his eyes have stars in them. He's looking above him. He's looking around, and he's, like, twisting his entire body to look at all of the architecture. He is just taking it all in, and he does not know how to handle all of it, but he's loving it. He looks like a 4-year-old at Disney World for the first time.
Nice.
I know that look.
Mm-hmm.
Love the excitement. It's not every day you get to see something like
I don't know
this.
where to start!
Well, bottom floor would be a good start.
I don't know. I'm actually going to try a take for the top floor.
You do that. I'm gonna see what I can find over here.
Okay. Momo runs with his little chicken feet, and they just give this tapping sound on the floor.
I mean, as you move, all the various Marrow just like kind of turn to stare, first in like annoyance and then kind of in wonder as an Aarakocra is just tapping up the stairs.
It's not loud, it's just these little chicken feet taps.
No, pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, exactly.
Tippa, tippa, tippa. All right.
Yep.
You're up to the 3rd floor, and looking around, this is where like some of the more obscure subjects are, the ones that you really have to want to go upstairs to look at.
Is there anyone up there that like seems to know what if I asked them for a specific book, would they know where I could find it?
All the Marrow in here look pretty knowledgeable. There are 2 Marrow who are sitting behind a desk that look at you, whisper to one another, and then look back at you, and they're smiling broadly.
Oh no. I go up to the front desk, and I have to get on my little tiptoes to get my elbows onto it.
All right. One of the Marrow looks over and says, "Ah, come on, that's no way to do it." He turns to his partner. "Morrissey, get this young man a stool." The other one asks, "Do we have a stool?" "Fucking find a stool and get it for this little fella." All right, and the second Marrow just gets up and walks off in search of his stool. And the other one turns to you and is like, "I am so dreadfully sorry for the inconvenience, young man."
Oh, it's no problem at all. I just need some help finding some specific books, if you have them.
What are you looking for?
Well, first question, have you seen an elf nearby, anywhere at all, at any time? He's pretty tall. He's a lot taller than I am, and he's got really long white hair. He's pretty elderly looking, and he's wearing blue and white robes.
I found a stool! And the other Marrow comes in just like kind of pushing a wood block up to you.
Thank you. Momo climbs up onto it, and now it's like chest level.
Chest level, there you go. Can't say as a fellow like that came across our fine establishment.
Does the name Arias sound familiar?
Is that... Sounds like an elf name to me.
It is an elf name.
Morrissey, you ever hear of a guy named Arias? No. No.
Tom. Thank you anyway.
While you're here, he just leans forward before you can head off. couldn't help but notice you were carrying sort of a priest's pack along your back there.
Oh, what about it?
You happen to be in luck, friend. Me and I am Marsh, that's Morrissey. Me and Morrissey here. He points to his partner. Hi. We happen to run a sort of business that supplements the religious activities of people like yourself. Like, say you need a little extra blessing, prayer's not gonna cut it, you need some mean of worship and you need it bad. Completely understand. We happen to sell stuff like that.
Do you now?
He surreptitiously slides over a list of what wares he has as I set it to all players can see.
Oh my gosh. His eyes like widen in curiosity and excitement. Wow, this is a...
I mean, of course, nominally our job is to look after the library, but, we do other things too, for those of you who are, in need of a little blessing or two.
These are all so nice. What colors of chalk do you have?
Just about any kind you could like. The primary colors, we got white and black. Secondary colors, couple of tertiary colors. How do you even know that word? I read it. Yeah, that makes sense.
What kind of holy symbols do you have?
Holy symbols, those would be something like amulets, reliquaries. We've tried painting emblems on things. Emblems we usually don't sell. Mostly amulets.
Oh, I've never seen a lesser restoration casting?
Lesser restoration, yeah. We happen to be ordained priests of the faith of the Kraken Queen, and through her divine majesty, we are able to cure some minor inconveniences that befall you on your everyday life.
This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, what can I say? We're pretty good at what we do. Ain't that right, Morrissey? Yeah. Morrissey says
My
yeah.
mentor would never let me touch any of this stuff without his permission.
Well, your mentor don't seem to be around, so I guess it falls to us to let you have a couple of these. If, of course, you've got the proper funding to pay for the materials.
He looks in his pouch. I've got 38 gold pieces.
38 gold. I could probably get you a couple of things in here.
A flask of holy water's calling my name.
Well, that would be just 25 gold, and you will get water blessed by the Kraken Queen herself. What you doing?
I'll actually take some chalk.
All right. How many do you want?
3 pieces, please.
3 pieces. Got it.
1 in blue, 1 in yellow, and 1 in white.
Of course. He digs through, this box of different chalk colors and eventually pulls out those 3 colors.
I give him... How much... what does copper weigh in gold?
It is 100 copper to 1 gold.
Holy cow. I'll also get a healer's kit and if I have enough, a prayer of healing and casting.
He looks you over. You don't look like you need healing, lad.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I thought it said a book of that kind
Oh,
of
no,
stuff.
that's us casting the spell, not you.
I see. I'm sorry. I'll also take a holy book.
Oh, of course. Of course. What particular faith were you looking for?
The god of music and poetry.
Music and poetry. He looks over at Morrissey. Remind me which one that is. Pretty
Maria.
sure it's Coralon Lothlarian, the elf god. Yeah, pretty sure it's Coralon you're looking for.
Oh. All right then.
Yeah. Then, Marsh gets a couple of steps on wheels, wheels himself over towards that section, and wheels back with a book on the faith of Coralon, the elf god, with the really hard to pronounce name, especially since we've got a character named Corellian.
Oh, my apologies.
How dare you!
You didn't say anything about it.
You're just passing by the library. Just walking by as you say that.
Just throwing shade to the gods!
I had an itch in the back of my head as if the gods themselves were communing about it.
Yeah. Shouting at the gods in front of a library of the gods. What could go wrong?
They're gonna smite you.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
So, I think that's the transaction done. Malifane, were you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm looking for books on certain styles of combat, like arcane archery or blade singing or things of that nature.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. You got it. Bet. Is something.
It's
All right. Give it a second. Give
Yep.
it a second. All right.
There we go.
Most of the books the Marrow have on arcane combat are about hydromancy, which is like straight up magic. They don't have a lot of books on like archery because they spend most of their combat underwater, where arrows are not nearly as effective. Blade singing is an elven art, so there's not a whole lot of books there. The elves don't seem very keen on sharing that sort of thing. Most of the books are about like either just combat or just magic, but not really ways to combine them.
Well, let's see. What styles of non-magic combat are within these books? Like what books? What is there?
A lot of them focus on the combat of the Marrow, which is basically underwater fighting. It involves a lot of like spikes, pikes, spears, thrusting weapons, like diving out of the water, impaling someone, dragging them back down, because it focuses a lot on how their advantage is they can swim, and a lot of other people, they specify humans and elves, cannot.
Nasty.
Well, the only other thing I can think of that's of interest to me is I suppose potentially a holy book, because I remember hearing about the Platinum Dragon back when we were talking to the trader. I don't assume that they would have it, but by curiosity, maybe they one of them on it.
They've got
on
books.
him.
If you want to actually keep the book, you'd have to check it out from the Guilty Totem. But you can read the books while you're in the library.
I think I will do just that.
Okay. You read through a book about Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon. The legend says he was split from the dragon god Io in a war against the Primordials. One half became Tiamat, the dragon goddess of evil. He is the dragon god of good, and his domains are like justice and stuff like that. He's a god that's really often worshipped by paladins and the like.
I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. Well, doesn't look like there's much else that I can read through here, so I guess I'll check on Momo and see how he's doing.
All right. Momo looks a little confused at getting a book about Corellian rather than Malil because he wasn't specific enough. But other than that,
A book about me?
A book about Corellian?
this is why. This is why I fucking hate.
You didn't mention that it would be an issue.
Okay, the god has two parts to it.
I don't remember the second part, so there. Yeah.
Momo like taps the desk another time. Can you also inquire me on something, whatever that word is? He pulls the book by Gwyncanal out and puts it on the desk. Do you know of any books written by this fellow?
Morrissey points to the book and says, "That one." Yeah, that one looks like it's been written by the fellow you just handed us.
Would you mind if I borrowed it?
You're the one who has the book, so...
I mean, like, are there any other books written by this guy?
No, that was the joke, kid. You see, it's a joke. You see, we don't have any books written by that fella. All of them are banned
Well,
here.
you could have just said that. He grabs the book and puts it back in his bag.
While I'm listening in on this conversation, I look through I look at the quarterstaves. I want to see what those are about. Like, what those are.
Those are staffs. They look made for use as walking sticks and whooping sticks.
Combat, got it.
Yep.
Whooping.
It's a whooping stick.
What are they made with?
Wood.
I did not catch that. My apologies.
Wood.
No, okay, I caught it last time. Thank you.
Wood.
Wood.
We stop swinging our wood all over the place.
I should have seen that coming.
That's all I've got left.
All right.
I think I'll take one of those.
You
Momo
purchase a
thanks
quarterstaff.
the guys who gave him the
book on the
religious
elf
stuff.
god. The elf god. His name is now the elf god.
Momo thanks them and
Musical
walks away.
All
Shut
right.
up with their bullshit.
Great. You walk away as Meliphane purchases a quarterstaff, and the two of you head out from the library. Now,
What you need a quarterstaff for?
and now let's cut to Trevlon and Corellian approaching the Sleepy Helm.
Hooray.
As you do, it's a rather simple sign outside, but as you approach, you can hear giggling from the inside of the tavern.
Giggling as in, like, what kind of giggling? Like,
Oh, like high-pitched female.
Starbucks giggling.
I'm scared to go inside.
You scared?
Uh,
Pray tell why.
I don't know. Something about that giggling seems ominous.
Not much of a ladies' man, I take it?
Not much of anything at this point. I kind of... mine's on the job, so to speak. I don't really do that sort of thing. In any case, yeah.
Well, I'm sure some of your colleagues may have been through for drinks or information.
Well, if they know about it, then I'm sure they'll be well, talkative. Let's find out then, shall we?
All right. You push open the door, and immediately you see there are like a sparse number of tables and occasionally chairs set all around, with like a bare bones beer rack and bar on the far
Please
corner
don't
of the
say
room.
bear.
Yeah, bear. Thank you for the bits. And as you go in, what strikes you most immediately are several like glass tubes running floor to ceiling in this floor, going down below the floor, so you're thinking there's probably a lower floor somewhere. And in these tubes are completely naked Marrow dancing around with several others scattered around the outside of the tube, staring and like wolf whistling and giggling and all that.
This is a brothel.
Eyes meet floor.
This is a brothel. This is a brothel. This is a brothel. This is a brothel. Brothel this is. I am inside of a brothel currently. Brothel. This is...
Do you mind maybe keeping it down a little bit?
I don't...
Yeah,
I mean,
me either.
I've never been in one. I mean, I don't know what the hell to expect in here.
Well, neither do I, quite honestly.
I'm afraid, and also strangely curious, but I am mostly afraid.
Journalistic instinct, I suppose. Curiosity, I mean.
Whatever it is, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it. Do you think this is a good place to ask for information? Just out of the corner of my eye.
Well, I mean, I definitely could see why put upon journalists who probably have a rough time in the city because they can't swim or breathe underwater would come here to blow off steam. So maybe
Was that a water pun?
not intentionally.
Whatever the case, I need any sense of levity I can get right now. Okay, who here looks the least... Who looks
Maybe
like
the
they've talked
person serving drinks.
Great idea. Let's go do that. And
Absolutely.
Trevlon violently, awkwardly strolls over to the bar
Mood.
and coughs as to get the bar person's attention.
Top of the morning, little man. How can I help you?
Oh, hello, person. Is this person a sir or a madam, by the way, or can I tell?
It looks like a sir.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hi. I am here on journalistic business and was wondering if you have seen any journalists also. Okay.
We're new in town.
Yeah.
I can tell.
We are looking for journalists. Specifically, I'm looking for a journalist from the Journalism Guild of Port Mirandu. I was told they may have been around here a couple weeks ago, or a month ago, in fact. I was wondering if they're still in the premises.
Obviously not.
Okay. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful. What else should we ask? I'm drawing a blank.
He didn't quite mean the premises. He meant just in general. Have you seen him around? Other people asking questions, writing stories, all that nonsense?
Might have done so.
Excuse. Okay, how much is this going to cost?
Right to the point. I see. I like it. Let's see. I'd say 20 minutes in the tank with one of the girls usually comes to around 10 gold or so.
Not what I mean!
I'd say me talking to you is worth at least that.
How much was that again?
10 gold before you so rudely yelled at me.
You know what? I'm not exactly sure what to expect in this place, so forgive me for being surprised and also on my guard. 10 gold. Fine, okay. And Trevlon horks over 10 gold.
Alright. You hand over the gold. He inspects it, takes a bite out of one to make sure it's legit.
Nice.
Puts it down. Heard they pissed off Nario.
Wait. Repeat that?
I heard they pissed off Nario.
No. Who is that exactly?
Let me spell it for you.
Nario. So journalists pissed off Nario. Who exactly is that, if I may ask?
He's on the council.
Oh, shit. What? Do you know what they asked?
I usually find it's really better not to ask that sort of thing.
Point taken. So, have they been run out of town yet?
Sure they have.
Well, I think we know why you were sent here, Trevlon.
Ugh, I'm expendable. Alright, fair enough. Say, hypothetically, we were to talk to the council. What could we expect and how should we behave?
They'd eat you alive, mate.
Okay, what does that mean? Because currently, in the context that we're in right now, I don't... Eat how?
Well, if you can barely stand to look at a girl who's smooth as fucking doll, hate to imagine how you'd look at the council.
What are they like?
You know, not a whole lot of tolerance for fucking around.
Well, when it comes down to business, I am good at not fucking around. Business being journalism. And I don't know if you haven't noticed, but this isn't journalism, so I'm freaking the fuck out.
He's
oh
doing
no, I
his
definitely
best.
noticed.
I'm scared. Any case, right. No bullshitting, no messing about. Okay, fair enough. And Trevlon pauses for a moment before he asks the next thing. what do you know about the kobolds in the area?
Bunch of fuckers.
More, have they been into this establishment recently? Have they do they frequent places?
Terrible tippers. Most of them don't come ashore.
Do any of them?
Like, handful.
Anyone you could name?
No.
Fair enough.
I legit do not care.
Fair enough. Again, most all fair enough. All it's fine. Okay. Do you have any other questions? Because I'm out.
Do you know what? Do you know when they usually come in if they get leave or something like that?
I don't know their work schedule. Seems if they do get leave, not very often. Sometimes don't show up for days.
Aye, much appreciated. And I'll slide 2 gold across the counter to him.
He takes it and again checks to make sure it's real, and then just pockets it.
Shall we try one?
All right. Sounds like an idea.
All right. You head out, and by sheer coincidence, because let's stop splitting the party, you all arrive in the middle of a square, a couple blocks away from the library, and Thavagath, a rubbery mass sticks to your boot, and you look down, and it looks like an incredibly flattened and squished marrow, and that is where we will cut.
Oh my god!
Yep.
Wait, did I just step on a fucking marrow?
You just stepped on a fucking marrow!
You just stepped on a marrow! No! Why? What?
We're gonna get shivved.
I'll take things that we're going to die for 800, Jerry.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens with that on the next session. Thank you for the bits.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
And for those of you who are on YouTube, well, this is where we usually have the post show. For those of you who are on Twitch, we're going to have the post show in a few seconds. For those of you who aren't on Twitch, why aren't you on Twitch?
Get on Twitch. Twitch is God.
It's free. You don't need to
Say it
sign
in the
up.
robot voice, they'll be more
I thought
green.
Corellian was God.
All right.
Hello, my name is Twitch. I am Twitch. Hello, welcome to Twitch. Get on my upside side or I'll kill your family.
All right. We will see you
Thank you,
all next
Microsoft
time on
Sam.
Fallen Empires. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, all.
Obey Twitch.